What is up, YouTube? Good morning and welcome to the My Crypto Journey live stream here for coffee and crypto on a beautiful, really close to the new year, beautiful Wednesday day. I always thought it was funny that you spelled Wednesday by Wednesday. It's a good way to memorize it. Anyways, it's good to see you guys in the chat. Do me a favor, slap that like button before we get started. I scheduled the stream a little late, so no one got the notification. Sorry about it. Sorry about it. Usually get a little half an hour notification. Yes, Javi, please smash the like button and subscribe if you like being here. Pretty dry in the cryptocurrency news world since we did a stream last night. Covered some main topics, I would say, in our space. But we didn't cover the fact that SBF may be getting a movie already. Now, of course, he's not going to be starring in the movie because he can't star in movies behind bars, but he could probably give some bomb-ass interviews. And the person speaking with him is the same person that made the movie The Big Short. And of course, that was the huge financial crisis or recession we had in 2008 because we had a big housing market bubble burst. And the crazy thing about that whole thing, which wrecked a lot of people, is that only one person, I believe, went to jail when a lot of people should have, which is absolutely insane. And we'll talk about the fact that SBF used customer funds to buy Robinhood stock. So he bought the dip with your money. And lastly, Luna Classic is taking a fat dump after more whale manipulation yesterday. And it just be like that sometime. Now, the overall cryptocurrency market is down. You can see the big red bubbles right here. Ain't nothing really going on. We're just dumping today. I haven't heard really anything, but we are down about 1% in the overall cryptocurrency market and approaching under $800 billion, which is not a thing we really like to see, but I can imagine that we're going to keep slowly dumping. But first, let me say hi to the chat, and then we'll get into the news. What's up, Javi? How you doing? What's up, Mizzy Matt? How you doing? What's up, Bud Yeti? What's up, babies? What's up, Bubba Bree? I saw that Bree, you just your ASMR video just went live. What's up, Professor to Crypto? What's up, baby? How's the Dream Team doing? What's up, Gabe? What's up, Max? What's up, Jay Hawk? What show yet? That show yet? What show? Wednesday? Is that a show? What's up, May you be well? How you doing? It's gonna be a really big stream, dude. I thought I was cold, but now it's warm. What's up, DJ? How you doing, baby? How you doing? How you doing? I've been looking a little disheveled lately. Literally all I've been doing, I've been like really laying low. I've just been going to the gym, doing my cardio outside, and then like coming home and chilling, like sleeping and like just hanging out. Like I've been like really kind of taking step backs into degeneracy. Like I've been like, the last like couple months I've been like really sending it and partying a lot and going out a lot. I've been really taking the time just to recover, just like to watch YouTube videos and sit on my ass after I exercise, of course. And I kind of like these. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like these days where they're kind of gloomy because it makes me just want to like work out, like do a little bit of cardio, stay inside, eat healthy, and just kind of like watch like cool movies. Like I watched you guys ever seen The Truman Show? I rewatched that movie. It's really good. What's up, Lee Mills? How you doing? First timer here. What's up, Lee Mills? Welcome, welcome. First timers are welcome. Yeah, so that's what I've been up to, man. Just really chilling. So if you guys are new to the show, we get started around the 5-minute mark. We'll get into the news, but the first 5 minutes I spend chatting with the chat. So if you're watching this a little bit later, go ahead and skip ahead to your favorite part if I happen to cover that. Yes, big red bubbles. I do taxes for free says people really thought SBF was broke. People need to stop believing Forbes. Yeah, look, here's the thing. SBF told us that he had what, $100,000 to his name. I mean, it doesn't add up, right? Okay, so his bail is $250 million. Okay, they have to post 10% of that, which is $25 million. Okay, I'm no math expert. I'm just a crypto bro. But your parents putting their house up as collateral, which is $4 million, ain't enough. So what are the other assets that were put up? I don't know. We'll see, but I mean, who knows? Maybe it was SBF who was able to fork out that money because he has money hidden away in cold wallets because he's not dumb, right? Although he's playing dumb, he's not dumb. I don't know. We'll see. Bree says, oh my God, yeah, Wednesday on Netflix. Wednesday from the Addams Family. Oh, it's directed by Tim Burton. Okay, Tim Burton put out some bangers. Oh, that's why I've been seeing a lot of her on like Twitter and Instagram because of her show. Okay. Dude, Addams Family bops, right? What's up, Soap God? What's up, baby? absolutely smashing the algorithm. Dude, I love to see other black content creators coming up. You know what I mean? We got Echoes from Above killing it. We got Soap God killing it. Anyways, let's get into the news and we'll go from here. Make sure to smash that like button, baby. Let's get started. All right. So the big news is Sam Bankman-Fried is in talks with The Big Short. Writer Michael Lewis, while under house arrest, NY Post reports. So, Michael Lewis visited his house. He sat down with SBF and said, hey, man, here's the thing. How would you like to see yourself on the big screen? Played by Jonah Hill, right? I mean, it's pretty interesting, right? It's pretty interesting that right now they're actually looking to making a movie, which, look, this is going to be a movie, right? To put things into perspective, right? And we used this example before. Sam Bankman-Fried's bond was $250 million. The second closest bond was $10 million from Bernie Madoff. And we know how disastrous that situation was, which goes to show you that SBF is in some real trouble, which would make a really, really good movie. Now, if you guys have not seen The Big Short, this movie came out in 2015. You could see the biggest stars were, of course, Christian Bale, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, of course, big time actors in our space. It's about the 2008 financial crisis, pretty much, where we had a big housing bubble pop, right? And The Big Short is about a guy, and I believe it was Christian Bale who plays the guy who's like a manager of some, I'm not sure if it's a hedge fund or a company. Anyways, they short the housing market, which at the time seemed like stupid, right? And when you short something, you're pretty much betting on it to fail, right? Now, if you guys don't know, remember when GameStop and AMC became popular meme stocks? They became popular meme stocks because big hedge funds were shorting it because they looked at the business model, they looked at the business and said, okay, AMC and GameStop are failing, so we're going to bet on this to fail. Now, what happened on Reddit was a bunch of degenerates like you and me said, hedge funds, we're going to buy the stock. So when you buy the stock, they kind of lose their bet and they're forced to sell, right? It's a crazy thing that goes on there. But this movie was about the 2008 financial crisis, and a few guys were betting on the housing market to fail after everyone else was like, you're crazy to bet against the housing market. But they did their research and they found out that what the big issue is that a lot of these different companies were giving like really risky loans to people who could not pay for them, right? And they were fibbing the numbers just to meet their requirements, right? To meet their quotas. And everyone knew about it. No one was saying anything. And shit hit the fan when people started to default on their mortgages and those sorts of things, which caused the housing bubble to burst. So that's what happened pretty much in a nutshell. And it was a crazy situation. It was a crazy, crazy situation. And the fact that only one person went to jail is absolutely insane, right? Absolutely insane. So we'll see what happens with this movie, but you have to bet that someone wants to jump on this Sam Bankman-Fried story right away. So obviously Sam Bankman-Fried's not going to be in the movie because he's going to be in jail. And if he gets out of jail, this would be the most insane, this would be the most insane comeback of all time, because there's no way he can avoid jail time with all the evidence they have on him. What's up, Roger, baby? How you doing? So right now what they're probably doing is just getting, material for an interview or maybe like a dialogue where like Sam Bankman-Fried narrates part of the story while they're probably making a movie. They'll probably have some more dialogue of him in jail and those sorts of things. So it'll be very interesting to see what comes of this, but you have to believe that these people are jumping on the opportunity to make a movie. And it's not even about paying Sam Bankman-Fried for the movie. It's like, hey, we're this freaking big, movie company. How about we pay your family? How about we take care of your family? Now that you're in jail, you're probably going to go to jail. How about we, take care of your family for the rest of their lives or something like that, right? And we know that Sam Bankman-Fried has no problem running his damn mouth, although his lawyers are probably telling him to shut the hell up. Can you imagine being Sam Bankman-Fried's lawyer and having this guy like blab his mouth all over Twitter and those sorts of things? It has to be an absolute nightmare. So I thought this was a pretty interesting story. It's going to be interesting to see like what exactly comes of it and how good the movie is, because The Big Short was absolutely fantastic. And this really wrecked a lot of people. Like I was 18 years old when this happened. And although, most of us were not into those sorts of things when we're 18, like no one's really thinking about the housing market and those sorts of things. But I still do remember like watching the news and like seeing the entire world panic because of what was going on, right? So crazy, crazy story. It's going to be interesting to see what's up with Sam Bankman-Fried and in this movie. Now, segueing over to our next story is the fact that FTX, SBF borrowed $546 million from Alameda to buy Robinhood shares. Now, if you guys don't know what's going on, there is an internal battle going on between Sam Bankman-Fried, Caroline Ellison, and Gary Huang or Wong, whatever the hell his name is, right? And it's like they're all telling on each other because they all want to get out of this with the least, right? With the least like penalties and repercussions and jail time. Now, I've heard arguments saying that, well, SBF couldn't have known what was going on over at Alameda Research. Caroline Ellison was the CEO and those sorts of things. Of course, Gary Wang was involved in helping pretty much FTX users, Alameda Research kind of bypass some of the safety nets that FTX had in place for, normies that use the exchange, right? Like forced liquidation and those sorts of things. But Alameda Research got special trading privileges because, of course, that's SBF's old company. And obviously you can't do that. Now, real quick, another theory I've heard is like, well, if this guy was able to create some sort of loophole for Alameda Research to get away with a lot of things, it's totally possible, right? It's totally possible that at the same time, they were able to do some sort of backdoor where, hackers, quote unquote hackers, would be able to steal large sums of money from FTX. And that was the allegations, right? That was the allegations towards SBF and FTX, is that probably someone internally was siphoning that like millions of dollars out, just so they have money in a cold wallet, maybe, so that Sam could use for bail. Allegedly, right? I think that, like, in my head, that's the way it would work. But then John Ray, which is the guy who managed the Enron bankruptcy, said pretty much, no. If you're looking at FTX, if you're looking at Alameda Research and FTX.com, because remember, it's FTX.com, FTX US, and Alameda Research. He says, there was no difference in leadership. It was all SBF. SBF was the common denominator out of all those three entities. And yes, although Caroline Ellison was the CEO, right, of Alameda Research, and someone else is running FTX US, no. SBF managed all three. Like, he was the guy, and what we're hearing out of all this is, well, there was no even proper record keeping, right? So it's kind of crazy. Now, I've heard stories saying that, hey, John Ray, right, gets paid handsomely for his work. He's getting paid $1,300 an hour. Can you imagine getting paid $1,300 an hour? Insane. But John Ray's the guy who probably worked his entire life to get to where he's at. Obviously, he handles some of the craziest situations in like financial crime history, right? He's that guy. But obviously, there are incentives for him to drag this out, for him to take control and those sorts of things. But I lean more on the side of he's just doing his job, because I've seen a lot of accusations come out about John Ray. We watched the video from Tech Lead where it's like, well, now we're blaming the people that are trying to come in and clean up this mess, when at the end of the day, the reason why FTX is down is because SBF fucked up, right? Okay, so what we know is that SBF, and we could prove this, right? Because he probably had a brokerage account, and your name and your social security number is on a brokerage account, and we could see that he was buying Robinhood shares. So it says, FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried has stolen the spotlight over the past few weeks for all of the wrong reasons. Every day, new revelations about the exchange and SBF have been surfacing. Many can't even get their heads wrapped around the fact that SBF has manipulated customer funds to such a great extent, right? Speaking of manipulation, some interesting details have come to light from the court documents. As per documents, SBF had borrowed $546 million from Alameda Research to purchase Robinhood shares. Now, one of the shady things that they were doing was pretty much gambling with customer money, because this is what SBF was doing, right? It's a bear market. Robinhood is a good company, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like it, but there's many companies that are down right now, like Tesla, right? He probably wanted to borrow a ton of money to buy Robinhood shares, maybe flip it, make a quick flip, and then, reimburse Alameda Research for borrowing the money and then keeping some of the profits or whatever, right? And that's what they do with these shady business practices. See, the difference between like an FTX, Crypto.com, or a Binance, and we don't know this for sure, but what we're hearing from some of these other exchanges is that Yeah, okay. We're exchanges just like FTX, but we're not using your money to do shady shit like this, right? To do shady stuff. Because what happens when everyone suddenly needs their money all at once? Well, you know, well, you got to give it to them. And if your money's locked away in a bad trade, because this is what happens in cryptocurrency, and this is a lesson for all cryptocurrency, right? This is a lesson for cryptocurrency. Sometimes when you buy a crypto asset and you think it's going to moon, it doesn't moon. So what do? You have to hodl it, or B, sell it at a loss, right? And if you sell it at a loss, well, then those are realized gains. Because if you buy one Bitcoin at $69,000, and now it's $16,000 because that's what Bitcoin's at, you're not really in the loss until you sell it, right? You're not really losing until you sell it, right? And if you sell it, then you have what, pretty much $40,000 ish or something around that, right? Or $50,000 ish of realized losses now. But if you were to hodl it and it were to go back up, well, then you could break even or maybe take some profits when it pumps higher than $69,000. But the issue with this situation is when the customer demands all their money back, it's locked away somewhere. You can't do those sorts of things. So other exchanges say, hey, no. We're not doing what FTX is doing. In fact, all we're doing is holding your cryptocurrency. You say you want Ethereum, we give you Ethereum, and we take a fee for trading it. That's the issue with FTX, right? That was the big scam of it all. Okay. It says SBF acquired Robinhood shares with borrowed funds. Yeah, so SBF's Robinhood shares have been an interesting focus for many. Recently, BlockFi sued SBF to get his hands on $1 million stay. Oh, wow. So BlockFi sued SBF. Wow, okay. However, to stop BlockFi's efforts, FTS asked a bankruptcy judge to halt BlockFi from taking over Robinhood shares. Wow. So BlockFi was one of the companies that were affected in the FTX downfall. And keep in mind, BlockFi has customers they need to pay back too, because that's what they want to do. They want to pay back customers, creditors, and those sorts of things. So they're probably like, hey, let's sue FTX and get that money back, right? Let's get that money back. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. Damn, more fighting. So it says 3 parties are vying for control over the shares as the time of publication. 1, BlockFi, the lender that avoided bankruptcy early this year while FTX was in good financial standing. 2, Jonathan Ben Shimon, an Antigua-based receiver appointed by an FTX creditor. Sam Bankman-Fried is the third person. According to the details from the affidavit provided to the Caribbean court, SBF and Gary Wong, so Gary Wong is in this, borrowed $546 million via promissory notes from Ameda Research in April and May. They borrowed funds were used to acquire 7.6% stake in Robinhood that Fried acquired in May. Oh, Sam Bankman-Fried wanted to buy Robinhood, right? Ah, wow, that's crazy. Interessante. Wow, okay. Damn, SBF is just like, yeah, let's buy Robinhood out, but let's use your customer funds. That's crazy to me. Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Now, I bet you that they found this out because Gary Huang told them about it. 100%. What do you guys think about all this? Crazy. Let me talk to the chat a little bit. Yes, make sure to smash that like button, baby. It's going to be a slow stream today. It's not very exciting, so good to have you guys in here with me, though. What's up, Roger? How you doing, baby? What's up, Greg? How you doing? Lance says whoever has the best connections will get off the easiest. I don't think so. I think that SBF and these 3, of course, there's more than 3, right? SBF, Caroline Ellison, and then, of course, Gary Wong. They made a bunch of people look stupid. A lot of people, like, the conspiracy theories were that, SBF was some sort of government plant, that he was put into the space to pretty much, collapse cryptocurrency. But I don't think so. I think that he really wanted to be a top player in DeFi, and he had all these connections, right? Keep in mind, I think it was the SEC counsel, right? The former head of the CFTC, right? 2 regulatory bodies who just resigned and is retiring magically this month. He was wined and dined by FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX executives. I covered the story. BitBoy, I covered the story days ago, but BitBoy made a video about it yesterday, right? BitBoy Crypto. It's like, that is a conflict of interest. And if that relationship comes to light as something more than a dinner date, which we know it was, but if we can get some proof, That's not good for the SEC. That makes them look bad, especially since they've been going after multiple cryptocurrency projects. You know what I mean? Like, of course, Yuga Labs, right? Board at Yacht Club, NFTs, XRP, and Binance. And like, but you're going to wine and dine the founder of a shady-ass cryptocurrency exchange that wrecked people out of billions of dollars. But you know what I mean? You're going to look past all that. That looks bad. And it was because of Sam Bankman-Fried's connections, his parents, the Democratic Party, different politicians, and those sorts of things. He's making all these people look stupid. All these political party members who got money from SBF that are going to be asked to give it back, which they're not going to give it all back, right? Obviously, they can't. That's going to be a problem for them, right? So I think that they all feel fooled by SBF, and like they look like clowns with pie on their face, right? That's how crazy this situation is. Crazy. Let me see. SBF is my hero and he's a hunk. Yes, make sure to smash that. What's up, Saggle Hunt? How you doing? Make sure to smash that like button. What's up, Steve? How you doing, baby? What's up? Maybe it's like all these shit coins with low liquidity pools compared to high market caps. Yeah, you have to be careful with that, right? Liquidity pools matter. When do I think the housing market will fall? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know much about the housing market. I've been watching videos on like quote unquote experts saying the housing market's going to crash. The housing market's not going to crash. You know, I couldn't tell you. I do have friends who are like real estate agents, and they said they're still selling houses right now, which is crazy to me because people are accepting. I mean, unless they're buying it outright, but people are accepting like insane interest rates. It always amazes me, and I get it, that some people don't even care about interest rates. Like, they don't care. They just want a house. Like, they don't think about the long term because their justification is, oh, we'll just refinance this later, which maybe not. Morton says, my crypto journey. Have you ever been to Miss Teen Crypto Show? No, that sounds like a beauty pageant for kids. Right? Johnny Blaze says the Republican Party. Okay, well, Johnny Blaze, on paper, right? On paper, Johnny, to be fair, on paper, he donated $200,000 to Republicans and $37 million to Democrats. That's like a person flicking the back of the ear of a person versus stabbing them in the back. It's like, that's a big difference, right? That's a big difference. But he also said he donated to a lot of people off the record. So we'll see. I can't wait to see what happens. Johnny, stop making it always political. I can tell you're a huge Democrat. Don't get butthurt about everything. It's just a crypto show. I'm just saying what happened, right? Just saying what happened. What's up, Sebastian? Seiko Hunt says houses price is going to go 40%. That'd be nice. That's going to be terrible to a lot of people who like purchase their houses like at market value at the time, right? But the thing is, like, you can time the market, I guess, if you're the people on The Big Short, right? Because these people actually bet on the housing market to crash, right? But you really can't time it. You guys are smart. You're smart as fuck, right? What's up, Legal Alien? Yes, smash that like button. I see Legal Aliens selling lots of cars, man. Congrats to you. I saw you hooked that guy up with the EcoBoost yesterday. Love a good Mustang. Love me a good Mustang. Yeah, so let's watch this news clip from Fox News because, dude, these guys are mouth breathers on this channel, right? It's like, dude, Fox News can be so corny sometimes. Just listen. I think they make some good points about SBF, but look at what they say about crypto at the end. It makes you want to punch somebody.
Topic buzz. Disgraced FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried borrowing $546 million from Alameda Research to purchase shares of Robinhood. That's according to an affidavit that was made in a Caribbean courtroom. SBF also reportedly meeting with Michael Lewis, the Hollywood writer of The Big Short, during his house arrest. Okay, Adam. Yeah. Here's my question. Let's hear it. The clawback begins. How in the world do they start to bring back investor funds?
I ain't getting it back.
An example. The real estate's an example.
Well, it's going to take a very long time, and my guess is we're talking about cents on the dollar. There is no way that you can possibly claw back dollar for dollar all the money. They'll find some, as they always do. But, you know, if you remember the Bernie Madoff clawback, that took years. And eventually they were able to get people to 70 or 80%. But
now that's not bad, right? 70, 80% and making people whole is not bad, which means, hey, if you had $100,000 stuck in the FTX exchange, you're going to get maybe 70K or 80K of that back. But it's like, you know, it's like, well, it's going to take a lot of time to get that money back. And if it took that long for the Bernie Madoff situation to resolve, can you imagine how long this is going to take, especially since it's crypto, right?
Those were real assets. When you're talking crypto, there aren't real assets anymore. The assets have gone to heaven.
I want to fight this guy when they say some dumb shit like that. Don't you dunk on cryptocurrency like that, damn it.
They don't exist.
Yeah, well, there's 121 million in real estate that's in several people's names, apparently, including his parents. So I can't wait to see if they're going to be facing charges.
What are the clawback
Just
rules?
asking the question. I don't know anything.
Yeah, and
Wow.
I don't even know. But what are the
Wait, what was
clawback
that?
rules?
Hold on. What did she just say? That's interesting, right?
Including his parents. So I can't wait to see if they're going to be facing charges.
What are the clawback
Just
rules?
asking the question. I don't know anything.
Yeah, and I don't even know. But what are the clawback rules? If he's convicted of being stupid, all right, do you get to claw back the money? If he's convicted of fraud, then it's obvious. So I think that distinction is going to be very important in the weeks and months ahead.
What's the jail time do you think you serve for being stupid?
5 to 6, I don't know.
5 to 6 years.
Yeah. Stupidity is one thing, fraud is another, and negligence is yet another. And
So that's the big issue right now, right? And we talked about this before, where Sam Bankman-Fried is pretty much saying, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? Like, and that's not a defense, right? Especially when you can prove that you knew what happened.
incriminated himself, if you recall, in an interview by saying he, quote, effed up. He said that, I believe, with George Stephanopoulos. Can you imagine what his lawyer was thinking? And it was soon thereafter that, surprise, surprise, the U.S. actually brought charges and then filed the extradition. So he incriminated himself. He admitted to wrongdoing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It really is unbelievable. I don't know what your view of crypto is, David, but I've never been a big fan of it. I'll just put that out there. But this really is such a stain on the industry overall. I mean, I think there could be a place for crypto, but I think it has to be regulated.
We're already seeing some of the repercussions of that. Gold, I think gold's ascent this year, in part, is because of crypto, because people are going back to gold as an alternative to a fiat currency.
Yeah.
This is fucking, I think this is such a dumbass argument. Okay, here's the thing. First of all, how the fuck do you get your head that bald and that shiny? I think that's magical. All you bald guys out there, ask this guy for tips. That is absolutely amazing. He looks like Squidward. Okay. If you look at gold over the last 10 years, what has it done? Nothing. Literally nothing. What about crypto? You know what I mean? Don't give me that. How many of you crypto bros are going to go buy some gold? And of you people that are actually going to buy gold, how many are actually going to go buy physical gold? Now, we saw a clip of Mark Cuban the other day saying that if you hold gold, you're dumb. You know, yes, Bitcoin is digital. Yes, crypto is digital and those sorts of things. And you need access to, online. But how much gold can you really hold? You know what I mean? How much gold can you really hold in your house? And if there's some sort of post-apocalyptic world or something like that, you know how fast you're going to get wrecked being the guy with all the gold in your house, if people know about that? So you buy these gold ETFs, right? But then, it's not really your gold. You don't have it. You buy some fucking fund that says you have that much gold. So it's kind of crazy, right? It's kind of crazy. Nuts.
I was never really a fan, but I had to admit, once you get to this size, you are an asset class, at least, and the price is whatever the next person will pay for it.
Yeah, or whatever they say it's worth. Just because a coin with a dog on it, they say it's worth,
Right.
$10,000, doesn't mean it's worth $10,000.
By the way,
bitch, Dogecoin ain't worth $10,000 right now. Obviously, she doesn't look at coin market cap because she would know that Dogecoin is currently worth 7 cents. Okay, not $10,000, lady. I think it's funny. They're kind of out of touch with crypto, but they make some solid points, right? She says pretty much, which this is the conversation myself and Ozam Austin had last night, right? That most cryptos are they're Ponzi schemes and they're worth what we pay for them. Right. So it's the greater fool theory. And people know this, but some people don't. Some people are really foolish enough to think that said shitcoin that they're in, right, is the next best thing since sliced bread. Not knowing that, no, it's not, dummy. No, it's not, dummy. It's just another Ponzi. Just hopefully you're not the extra liquidity for the guy before you. It's always trying to be the extra liquidity. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So interesting.
I do want to read the Michael Lewis book that will inevitably come out, and I hope they make a movie. It'll be a heck
You
of a
think that's
movie.
what he's doing, meeting with
absolutely,
SBF? Oh, that's a
absolutely.
good point. Okay, I like that.
There's quite a book to have.
Yeah, and maybe a
Wh-
movie. Oh, this.
What did she think was going to happen? You know what I mean?
Such a movie.
Such a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did she think he was meeting up with him for his fucking health? No, dummy. He went up there to ask him about a movie. These guys are not stupid. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's super cringe. Just because you say some Dogecoin is worth $10,000 doesn't mean it's like, dude, shut your ass up. But she makes some good points, right? Most of crypto is a scam, and this is a huge black eye in the cryptocurrency world. What makes this whole situation with SBF so gruesome, in my opinion, is just how relatable FTX was trying to be to the normal average Joe, right? With the influencers and those sorts of things. And like people really related to, Tom Brady, and I mean, not really related to them, but they're familiar, right? They're familiar. They see, Steph Curry all the time. Steph Curry, top 10 greatest basketball player of all time. One of them, right? I don't care what your opinion is. He is, right? Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time, right? It's like you see these guys talking about it, like those, like, yeah, hell yeah, man. You see Tom Brady and his hot ass ex-wife Giselle talking about FTX. You're like, yeah, I'll buy some of that. It's crazy. And all these and the crazy thing is like what we saw with FTX, like with not BitBoy, but with Meet Kevin and maybe like Graham Stephan and Andre Jick, who promoted BlockFi. Those guys are not really cryptocurrency guys. They're traditional finance people that probably got people into cryptocurrency. So like that's why it's so like, oh, this one's so devastating and gruesome because of what happened to all of those people. It's like, damn, they really believe because it seemed like it seemed like a layup, right? It seemed like, oh yeah, this is fine. Turns out it wasn't fine. And that's what makes this whole situation absolutely insane. Give me a second. I gotta take the sweater off. It's hot as fuck. Woo, all right. All right. It's crazy. Food and ammo plus guns, the most valuable. Yeah, true. In a post-apocalyptic world, but you need something you can trade for that's finite, that you can't make more of. And that's why gold was so popular, right? Because you have to mine it. It's a pain in the ass to get. Yes, that stuff is important too, but you need some sort of currency, right? You can barter and stuff like that. But the reason the argument for gold being so valuable is like you can't just print more of it, right? It's not like the government prints money. Yes, hit that like button, baby. Bengal says going underground on the tube. Enjoy your day, pagans. Degens. Okay. Thanks a lot, Bengal. Have a good one, bro. Crazy. Sebastian said Giselle likes jiu-jitsu guys, so I have a chance. Yeah, apparently I heard that Giselle may have left Tom Brady for like her jiu-jitsu instructor or something like that. But here's the thing. Can you imagine what Tom Brady's DMs look like? Can you imagine what Tom Brady's DMs look like? Say what you want about Giselle, right? She's a model and stuff like that, but let me tell you something. Tom Brady's DMs are going absolutely out of control with a lot of hot young women. I'll tell you that. Can you imagine? Can I just be in his DM? Can I just check his DMs out for one day? I wonder what's being said to that man. You already know Tom Brady got a great bench. Yes, make sure to smash that like button, baby. But this is kind of a heinous situation, right? This is kind of a heinous situation with, SBF and this whole FTX thing. And a lot of people got wrecked. And it's so sad. I've seen so many videos of people getting absolutely wrecked and like going on Fox News or going on a news media outlet and just saying, I lost $100 and something million and I'm never going to get that back. And that is like, oh, that is such a devastating realization. Can you imagine? For those of you out there, one, how hard is it to save at all? Let me know in the chat. How hard is it for you guys to save at all? It takes a lot of discipline to save any money, especially if you like, say, for example, your expenses every month is $5,000 and you make a total of $7,000 a month. That means you can save a total of $2,000 per month. That means if you're perfect if you're perfect the entire year, you're saving $24,000 in that whole year. That is some hard work. Now, imagine saving up $100,000, or better yet, imagine saving up $1 million, because that was the story of a lady who saved up $1 million and got stuck on Voyager, right? The crypto exchange, right? Same thing happened with Voyager. They were insolvent. Imagine that, working your entire life, grinding 30, 40 years, or maybe 20 years, whatever, to save up that money, and all in an instant gone because your ass was sitting on the couch one day, say Tom Brady said, oh, I like FTX. Now, I'm not blaming Tom Brady because he's not to blame, right? I don't think influencers are to blame. It's SBF. But damn, that is some real hard-hitting shit, right? Yeah, Stephen Bonner did die. One of the UFC GOATs. I wouldn't say greatest of all time, but one of the pioneers. Yeah, his fight with Forrest Griffin really put UFC on the map. She'd been cheating with her BJJ instructor. You know, it's tough. I'm not Tom Brady. I'm not his wife, you know, but here's the thing. It's a tale as old as time. Tom Brady's chasing excellence, and he wants to play football, and maybe I'm not going to get into too much relationship talk because when we get to this, people just leave the stream. But you have to think about something. Like her net worth is double his, right? Her following is double his. We know Tom Brady because a lot of us like football and it's more relevant to us, but she is way more relevant in the grand scheme of things than Tom Brady because of who she is. She's the biggest model of all time, I believe, right? Her net worth is double his, you know, although he's filthy rich, she's filthier, right? And her following is double his, which is crazy to see. Like on Instagram, she has way more followers than Tom Brady because she's Gisele Bündchen. So, you know, he's a high value man. And what she probably wants is for him to stop playing football and spend time with her and his family. Look at guys get complacent. Maybe he wasn't dating her or courting her enough. Like they're older. She wants him to stay home, but he doesn't want to. He wants to chase excellence. He wants to go slay the dragon. But you got to balance that with dating and courting your wife, and he didn't do those things, right? And people break up all the time. I mean, you guys know about a lot of this personal situations on this channel. You know, people grow apart all the time, and there are some regular ass people. Hopefully she wasn't cheating on him, right, with her jiu-jitsu instructor. But I can imagine her working in that closed guard. You know what I mean? I can imagine her instructor in that closed guard. But Tom Brady, obviously heartbreak hurts. But if Tom Brady really wanted to, he could have a different Instagram model every single night if he wanted to. And that's not even he could have one he could have 2 a day if he wanted to. And that's not even like over exaggerating. It's Tom Brady. It's Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Are you fucking mad if you think she's bigger than Tom Brady? I'm saying, though, she has a different following in a place we don't know about. You know what I mean? She's one of the biggest models of all time. She's not. We like football. We're Americans. We like football. It's like soccer. No one gives a shit about soccer in the United States, but soccer is huge. It's huge. You know what I mean? Huge. Jose says women initiate pretty much 80% of the break. It's not just divorces, it's breakups. Yeah, Gisele is Brazilian. Yeah, women initiate most of the breakups, but she's always been financially stable. She's always been filthy rich, right? Her and Tom Brady are both winners. They're both winners. So it's not a financial thing. I believe that she just wanted him to stop playing football and be there for her and the kids, but he wants to play football. He's not giving up. Tom Brady ain't going to quit until someone breaks him in half. I'll tell you that. Okay, and lastly, we got to cover this story. I know this is getting good. I want to talk. I kind of want to talk about this, but people don't want to hear this. We got to talk about Terra Luna. Terra Luna Classic dumps pretty massively today, right? Pretty massively today. It was crazy. After a huge run up yesterday. Now, the interesting thing about Terra Luna, and like I said last night, guys, let me 39. Let me make sure I do this on 39, 26, 39, 26. The thing about the Terra Luna situation, right? Because it dumped massively from last night. It was at a huge pump last night, but it pretty much just lost all the gains it made over the last couple of days. When you're looking at Luna Classic from the outside in, as like a regular person, not a like a nut hugger or a maxi or a moon boy, it is disorganized. It is a mess. They need to figure out what the hell is going on. The community is so divided. It's absolutely crazy how divided the community is. And they have to come to an agreement on some of these proposals or the direction in which the project is going to take, because you can't be going in 10 separate directions. And there's like different factions of Terra Luna Classic. It's like one faction's over here and another faction's over here. And it's like they all want to do different things. And they're all trying to save a dying project whose, CEO, in my opinion, doesn't seem all that involved. But there is a silver lining in all of this, right? Because what we did read, and Classic Crypto put it out. First, I think Classic Crypto is the top Luna Classic influencer if I had to pick one, right? But it turns out that Binance may be helping with Terra Luna Classic. So it seems like they're still going to support the project. Now, I do think that this is some sort of pity thing that CZ is doing, right? That CZ is doing for the Terra Luna Classic community, because I think he does feel, I don't know why he feels personally responsible, but he does. I don't think people give CZ enough credit for just trying to throw people a damn bone, right? He's trying to help Terra Luna Classic with their burns and those sorts of things, even though he doesn't think they're going to work. So check this out. Classic Crypto posted yesterday, did Binance just say they're willing to fund developers building the Luna Classic chain? So they pretty much thrown him a bone. So it says, funding for new projects. Also in November 2022, Binance announced the Industry Recovery Initiative. I think that's what that means, which is a fund to support crypto and Web3 projects. For developers wanting to continue to build Luna Classic chain with support, they are welcome to apply here. So they are supporting people, right, that still want to build on the Terra Luna Classic chain, which is important, right? Because it doesn't matter who has, everyone makes blockchains. But the thing is, how many decentralized applications are going to be built on the Terra Luna Classic chain, and how many people are going to use them? Because the reason why Ethereum is so popular, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? The reason why, Terra Luna Classic, a blockchain is popular and Ethereum is so popular is because all the people that use it, right? Classic Crypto. Yeah, Classic sells me $1,000, but dude, he's killing it with Terra Luna Classic. Like he has ascended so like fast and high because of Terra Luna Classic, right? It was Saitama. He ditched Saitama. Now he's Terra Luna Classic guy and absolutely sending it. And that's really that is the template in the cryptocurrency world to really build a big following, is just to like become like one brand of one thing. And then when it fizzles out, because it'll fizzle out to the next one, right? You saw that a lot with GameStop and AMC and those sorts of things. But that's interesting, right? So maybe Binance is helping, right? Is helping Terra Luna Classic. So there's a silver lining in all of it, right? But I do think right now this is a lot of whale games. I know people that have hundreds of thousands of dollars in Terra Luna and don't give a shit about the project, but they're doing what they can to make some money. You know what I mean? To make some money. So you got to be careful in this, right? If you're the little guy in Terra Luna Classic, my biggest piece of advice would be, hey, proceed with caution, invest with caution. Anything you put in Terra Luna Classic probably is going to go to shit, right? It's probably going to go to shit. But it could pump and make you life-changing money. If the money I put in Terra Luna Classic ever considers going to $1, it's going to be absolutely, all of us are going to be dummy rich, but it just doesn't make sense for that to happen right now, right? It doesn't make sense. So give it 5-10 years down the road. Like I said, right now, the cryptocurrency space is small, but who knows where it's going to be when it grows? Because it doesn't make sense for projects like Terra Luna to hit $1. It doesn't make sense for projects like Dogecoin maybe, right? But maybe Shiba Inu to hit $1. It doesn't work with the market cap of the total market cap with crypto. It just doesn't make any sense. And looks like the entire cryptocurrency market cap just dumped under 800 billion recently, which is not good. But as the entire ecosystem or cryptocurrency market expands, maybe those projects can, right, grow in it. Yeah, Matt Perry. I don't really watch Matt Perry, but he's killing it too. I mean, he's like a big Chronos guy and Terra Luna Classic guy, but they were, AMC guys and GME guys before, right? And they just switched over. They hopped to a new, you know what I mean? Classy, the guy that messed up the burn tax. Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people were boycotting Binance and like talking shit about Binance. I don't think that was Classy. I think that was the Crypto King guy, right? They were just dunking on, or just talking shit about like Binance and saying, "Oh, Binance doesn't care about Terra Luna," because they didn't really understand what the fuck was going on. And then CZ had that live AMA where he said, "Guys, you dummies, the 1.2% tax burn tax is not going to work. If you're going to punish traders that trade on the Binance platform by taking or by burning 1.2% of their Terra Luna Classic every time they trade, like you're going to scare people away from the exchange. They're just not going to trade on Binance. They're going to go to another platform. Because if you're a day trader, you don't fucking care about Terra Luna Classic videos unless it's like good news. If you're a swing trader or a whale, you don't care about those dumbass videos. All you care about is making money. The people that care about those videos are people that maybe don't have a large amount in Terra Luna Classic, who are holding on to the Shiba Inu lottery ticket dream. The people that bought Terra Luna Classic after the downfall, they bought a bunch for $100. Those are the people that want other people to burn their Terra Luna. They don't want to burn theirs, right? It's like the game theory, right? Everyone has to do the right thing, but everyone's not going to do the right thing. It's like no one wants to burn their own tokens. Other people want to burn their token. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. So CZ came out and said that. You got these dumbass mouth breathers like, oh, you know, like challenging CZ. I don't think CZ some know-it-all god, but like that made complete sense. Absolute sense, right? It's like, why boycott Binance? Like that's such a dumbass move, especially since boycott. Fucking Binance held 35% of the supply of Terra Luna. It's dumb. You know, it's so dumb. But I don't think Classic Crypto boycotted Binance. It was the other guy, right? Well, the reason why people talk about Kronos and Terra Luna right now is because it's the most popular thing to talk about. Like, if I really wanted to really catch the algorithm, I would just have to do a flip of 180 and just make like a bunch of Terra Luna Classic videos and just speak nice about them and keep people up to date. And that's what I do with some Kronos videos, but even that feels a little cringy. So I make it when there's actual news because it's hard pulling news out of thin air, right? You know what I mean? And Volt Inu is a sponsor, and they're paying me monthly, so that's why I talk about Volt Inu. So, you know what I mean? I'm paid by them. I'm sponsored by them, and they're a meme coin. They don't pretend to be some like blue chip, crazy holier than thou project. It's just a meme coin that's gonna pump when the market starts to run again. And that's pretty much the stuff that happened with Terra Luna Classic. Not much really going on besides that. I mean, a lot of proposals. It's going to be interesting to see if Terra Luna could come back. This will be the biggest comeback of crypto of all time if they can make this happen, especially after what happened. I mean, because if you look at the price of Terra Luna Classic, I mean, look at it. Its chart is always going to look like this all time, right? You can go a year after, because of course it looks like this now, but you can go a year. Maybe when we hit March of 2020 or May of 2023, this will look a little different, right? But if you go to all time, it's always going to look like a rug pull. You're never going to get away from that. Yeah, Tectonic has huge potentials. But the thing about Tectonic is that, dude, these guys need to be active. Crypto.com, Kronos, they're active. They've been doing a good job because right now, the mainstream media is doing what they can to dunk on cryptocurrency. The mainstream media right now is really focusing on exchanges, and they're digging up old shit, right? They dig up a bunch of old shit on Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, and he had to come out and address it, point by point. So they were doing a good job addressing the questions and concerns of the community, right? But Crypto.com has been okay, and they've been very, very active. They just sponsored the World Cup, and they did a fantastic job doing so. Look, this was the most entertaining World Cup final of all time, right? On the World Cup YouTube page, the highlights from the final game that just happened between Argentina and France, that is the most viewed video of all time on their channel. And the World Cup YouTube channel. That's crazy. And who was one of the main sponsors? Kronos. So a lot of people saw Kronos. So it was absolutely fantastic. Kronos is capable. I think the next bull run, I think we can expect maybe a $1.50 or $2 Kronos. I think that's fair. I don't think we're going to, because Kronos got to 84 cents or something like that. I think it could double that. We'll see. We'll see on the next halving. Yeah, Volt should remove the Inu. That'd be good. 100%. Soap says, nah, bro, the validators pushed that prop to mint 50% for a pool to get scammed by Terra Rebels. I don't know much about that, Soap God. You got to come on the channel, Soap God. We got to do a special where you talk about that shit, because I know a little bit about it, but I don't know like the stuff going on the insides to talk about the Terra Luna situation like that. But I've heard a lot of that stuff, like, because people think that these people making this stuff are these developers are here for I think that some of their guys, it's crypto. They're trying to make a buck, right? Do some of these guys really want to revive this ecosystem? Maybe. Or are they trying to make a quick buck? I don't know. But yeah, we got to do something like that, Soap God. Sebastian says, I think Tonic has much more potential, even more than SHIB. I poked around on VVS Finance Swap 2, such a better ecosystem, super cheap fees. Crow Chain is a sleeper. Yeah, Crow Chain is a very good chain in my opinion, right? Kronos is absolutely slaying it. And the thing about these blockchains is, look at everyone made a blockchain. Like BNB has a chain; it's very popular, right? Kronos was starting to get very, very popular during the bull run, and then of course, this bear market has pushed a lot of projects back. Kronos, like Tonic and VVS, like there's a ton of projects on the Kronos chain that could be very popular. I just don't think like Tectonic, for example, right? Tectonic, they need to be more active. Have they posted? No, they haven't posted since they said good morning, fam, on December 19th. Now, I thought this was in response to me criticizing them, right, about being more active, but this is unacceptable. You can't go 10 days and not post. It's just, you got to be active on Twitter. I know it seems dumb and trivial and whatnot, but you got to be active on Twitter. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I agree that you need to be more active. There's other influencers that say that too. You're not alone. Yeah, 100%, bro. Did Jake ever sell his Solana position? I don't know. I don't think so, though. I think he might have sold some of it. I don't know. But yeah, Solana looking bad. Solana not looking good, guys. Solana looking like it's taking a fat dump. We'll see what happens with it. I bought a G of Solana around $12, so I'm down. It's a play that I think could fail, right? But remember, Solana was absolutely insane during the last bull run. It was one of the biggest competitors with ETH, right? Solana was so popular. Everyone was minting NFTs on it. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Sebastian says, to be taken more seriously, a lot of e-news need to drop it. Being copycat is trending out. Yeah, I think Volt by itself would be better. We'll see if they're looking to rebrand. But remember, Volt's not trying to not be a meme coin. Volt is like, yeah, we're a meme coin. Like they want to, they are embracing the meme coinery. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. SHIB. So yeah, the upside for Tectonic obviously is high. Why? Because look at Tectonic. Tectonic's probably like an $8 million market, $9 million market cap. $9 million. That ain't shit in crypto. $9 million ain't, if this thing just gets popular, that ain't shit in crypto. Right? That ain't shit. Right? If you look at, SHIB is way more stronger and way more established and way safer. But what comes with that is no excitement because the market cap is high. It's established. It's $4.5 billion. That is a lot. That's a high market cap. Now, SHIB's a lot safer. If I were if I was a betting man, I would say that SHIB is going to be around for years to come. Tectonic, we just don't know that yet. And that's why I'm saying the way you reassure your investors is just to be active on Twitter. Have some fun, right? Have some fun. Have some discourse with the community. Do some giveaways. Do some competitions. They put out a application things to be some sort of Tectonic ambassador. I applied. A lot of people applied. Now, I'm not some big shit, but dude, if a guy is willing to work, I mean, I'm not going to do it for completely free, but yeah, I would do it for cheap, right? Just a community build with Tectonic, and you're not going to hit that guy up. It's like, why wouldn't you do that? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you do that? And it's like, okay, maybe they don't want to be involved with me or any other influencer because they don't want to get involved with other projects or something like that, because we all promote other projects. Fine, I get it. But why not be active on your Twitter then? Why not post every day? That's the thing. You have to do it. You have to do it. Yeah, Shib Army ain't going nowhere. Now, they made an oopsie. Look it. I had to criticize them for the oopsie, right? That stupid countdown. But look it. Since then, you know what I mean? They've apologized for it, and we'll see what happens going forward. But they can't be doing any more of those things, right? They can't be doing any more of those things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They can't be doing any more. Jesus, we have the freaking 69mega.com chicks in the chat. Yeah, crypto.com does very well on Twitter. Very, very well. Let me see. Crypto. They do very, very well on Twitter. Yeah, they're posting pretty often. 1 hour ago, builders keep building. Like little shit like this. Look at a picture of their card saying builders keep building. That's it. Little things like that. And even Shib, to me, Shib was my opinion, Shib, needs to be more active too. They haven't tweeted in a few days too. I think honestly, these projects need to tweet every day, in my opinion, at least a couple times a day. This is why I give Volt so much praise. Dude, Volt is absolutely on it. Not only does, look at, they only have 100,000 followers. Fine, right? Not only do they tweet every single fucking day, and retweet all of their, they tweet every day, every hour it seems. They retweet every influencer that promotes them, which gives us, a reason to keep talking about them. Why? Because we get engagement from it. We get community building from it. That helps the influencer, right? Like when I do like a poll or something like that, like this poll, Battle of the Meme Coin Juggernauts. Who's it going to be? Volt versus Luna Classic. Volt's winning, which Luna Classic should be a bigger community. If you just look like engagement on Twitter, all right? They win every poll I do, and there's all kinds of like 99 likes. Like that's crazy compared to my other posts, So that's what you got to do, right? You got to do those sorts of things. It's just good to do that for your community, right? Tonic's got to get the tokenomics right. I haven't really checked out the tokenomics. Are they pretty bad, Soap God? I have to check out the tokenomics, but I don't know if they're that bad. Yeah, Shibarum comes out in January. That'd be fantastic. A lot of people say don't put stuff out in the bear market. I think that's ridiculous. I think you should build in the bear market, 100%. I don't think you have to wait for a bull market to put out like a service that's going to make or a thing to make your project better. I think that's ridiculous. Say Thomas at $5 ETH. Edgar, shut your ass up. First of all, Edgar, it's been a pleasure following you on Instagram. If you guys are not following me on Instagram or Twitter, links to my social medias are in the description down below. Sebastian says, the only reason Shib took after Doge is due to Doge's co-founder talking shit about Doge being such a joke and people diving into it so hard. I still like Doge, but Shib came with use. Yeah, true. Well, Dogecoin is a cryptocurrency at its truest sense, right? It's a store of value, right? It's a store of value. It's like there's no use case for Doge. It's a cryptocurrency. Unlike a lot of cryptocurrencies in our space, I don't think of them as currencies. I think of them more as stocks in a company, right? They're still worth something, but they're not like real currencies. And that's why Dogecoin's different, because Dogecoin's just a store of value. It's not, it's, you know what I mean? It's not that. Bree says, pausing progress and waiting for the bull run gives out pump and dump energy. 100%. Sebastian says, you're right, because during the bear market, the prices will be more attractive. That's true. But that's true to us, because the fucked up thing about investing and what we're noticing is like, dude, there's no retail in crypto. No one wants to be in crypto right now, which is like, you can't really blame them, right? Because if you don't really know crypto, you don't feel safe at all. Because we even understand cryptocurrency, a lot of cryptocurrency products we do not trust because of what's going on. People getting scammed all the time. Big products like FTX going down with SBF scamming people. It's like, dude, it's like if you're not in this space and don't understand that there are some safe plays, you're going to be staying out of cryptocurrency. You're scared. I mean, tech, because people could say that cryptocurrency is pretty much tech stocks, but on the blockchain, right? That's the argument a lot of Bitcoin maxis make. Like, oh, they're just tech companies being built in the blockchain to get around regulations from the SEC, right? Which makes sense to me. They are securities. Tech stocks are looking bad. Fucking Tesla is taking a big dump right now. And people are like, oh, Teslas are bad. And there's this video of one guy in a cold part of the United States where his Tesla won't charge in the cold. Now, my Tesla's fine, but I live in San Diego, so I don't have to worry about the cold getting like that. But I do know that batteries sometimes, even when I had a regular car and I lived in Portland, when it gets cold, it's hard. It's hard to holy shit. Some batteries don't charge. First of all, I just saw your message right now, Soap God, but DJ sent me this link saying that this is Tom Brady's girlfriend. Tom Brady's rumored girlfriend, Veronica's Rajek sizzling X-Mex pictures. Look at this. Tom Brady gets a rebound that's hotter than his wife, his ex-wife. Look at this woman. She's Tom Brady's type too. Thank you for that, DJ. Mizzy Matt says, opinion, Rodney, ETH on Coinbase or on MetaMask. Now, you can use your DeFi wallet to buy crypto, fine, or you can use an exchange. Either or, it doesn't matter. Holding your crypto is a different story. Now, if you want, the transactions to be tied to your name and your social security number and your address and your ID at all times, well, then buy it on an exchange if you're cool in that, right? If you're cool with that. Because you're probably going to have to answer to sending that for a DeFi wallet later down the road when the IRS gets more advanced with cryptocurrency and they can audit it better. But if you want to keep it all anonymous, we'll buy it on MetaMask and, use MoonPay or something like that. Now, it's going to show in your bank account or your credit card a transaction for that, but at least it's not through an exchange. So you can buy it on an exchange. I think it's easier buying on an exchange and you can get better prices if you pay for the premium services and then send it to your cold storage or your DeFi wallet. So I would always keep it on a DeFi wallet, which could be any non-custodial wallet, whether it's a cold storage or a MetaMask or a Trust wallet or even Kronos wallet. Here's the thing. If you use Trust wallet, right, which is owned by Binance, and Binance goes down, it doesn't matter because you could take your private keys and just you could bring your crypto to another DeFi wallet. You can just import your seed phrases. Same thing with Kronos' DeFi wallet. Same thing with Coinbase's DeFi wallet. The issue is the centralized exchanges. If you keep your money on centralized exchanges and those centralized exchanges go under, well, then your money's not, your cryptocurrency is not insured, and then it doesn't really belong to you at that point. So that's why you can use these exchanges to cash out crypto and send it to your bank account, turn it to fiat, or buy it and then send it immediately to a DeFi wallet. Or if you think cryptocurrency exchanges are going to be okay, it's just my opinion. I'm not the end all be all. I'm not a know-it-all. I don't fucking know if Coinbase or Binance are going to be here for a year from now. They're probably going to be fine, but that's not a risk I'm willing to take, right? If you trust exchanges, we'll keep some on exchanges and some in a DeFi wallet. I would just never keep all my money on an exchange. It's too dangerous. Yeah, I mean, look at her. She's smoking. If this is Tom Brady's new girlfriend, I mean, I'm not surprised. It's Tom Brady. First of all, Tom Brady's hot. Pause. I mean, I heard that people that are born on August 3rd are just hot. So if you guys don't know, me and Tom Brady share the same birthday, right? I heard that, right? Tom Brady's the greatest football player of all time. He's tall. He's hot, right? He's healthy. He's articulate. He's a good dude. No crazy publicity. His DMs are probably overflowing with honeys that are just throwing it at him. You know what I mean? Come on now. You know what I mean? And look it. I don't want to sound sexist here, right? But look it. When men get older, the options. This is just what it is. The options stay open for men, right? That's what it is, right? A lot of rich older men date a lot of hot young women. Shout out to Leonardo DiCaprio and any man who can, right? But you don't see the opposite happening, right? Just saying. We're not going to go into that, but August 3rd, baby's hot. Damn explains a lot. What's up? Were you born on August 3rd? Yeah, she's smoking, bro. Brady going through. I know, poor Brady. Oh my God, which Victoria's Secret model do I get to date this week? Of course, he's probably sad because it's his wife. You know what I mean? His ex-wife, and he probably misses her. You know, because Giselle is a babe, bro. And the unfortunate part for Tom Brady is that he's probably gonna have to date a lot of women who are probably, yeah, he's hot, but they're probably looking at that bank account too. So it's gonna be tough to find someone, right? It's going to be tough to find someone who's going to like you for you. Who knows, right? That's the issue. Because, you know, Giselle didn't need Tom Brady for his money because she made twice his money. You know what I mean? Crypto talk. Yeah, no one wants to date an old guy for fun. I'm not talking about crusty old. You know, I'm talking about like old, like age, like 40 or 50 and good shape. Like Tom Brady, like good shape, you know, takes care of himself, you know, decent money, can, you know, break the bank and stuff like that. I'm not talking about like an old crusty ass 80-year-old. You know what I mean? That can't keep it up. We know why they're dating him, right? Sebastian says, young ladies still find my old ass sexy. Well, yeah, because you're an older guy making it happen, you know? You're an older guy. You're in good shape. You're killing it in jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? An older guy with his shit together and in decent shape. Yeah, 100%, man. Women like that, right? Women like a guy who has their shit together. We're going to go off the rails here a little bit, but we're going to be done here soon. It's like men are real. We're visual creatures. We are. Yes, your job matters. Yes, you know, other things matter. Of course, personality. Like the biggest thing to men is physical attractiveness and trust, right? Integrity. Because men want to know that you'll be faithful to them. You know what I mean? And we're visual creatures. Women attraction works a little bit different, right? Women actually value more things than just physical attraction. That's why a lot of people see these guys who are like, in their standards, they think these guys are ugly with these hot women. Well, what do they have going on for them? Do they act like fucking men? One, that's big to women, acting like a man. Confidence, right? Getting things done. Competency, right? You can handle things if shit hits the fan. Not that she can't, but you can, right? Attractiveness, obviously. And then can you hold it down, right? Are you a guy who can make it rain, right? Break bread, handle shit if shit hits the fan. Women have to have kids, you know? Women have to like literally spend 9 months with a baby and then months after taking care of the baby. Like a woman can't like marry a guy who can't keep his shit together while she's pregnant. Like they need that, right? That's the history of men. Not saying that women don't make money, because here's the thing. Most women make as much money or more than a lot of men these days, right? Of course, men still make more money overall, but in my everyday life, I meet so many nurses and lawyers and people in pre-med. Like, dude, these women are absolutely killing it, right? But they still want a guy who can hold it down just in case they have to take some time off, right? So, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but usually accolades and those sorts of things don't really matter as much to guys as they do to women. Guys just don't really care about that shit at all. We care about, you know, being attractive, maybe being a good mother, and then, you know, obviously being faithful and trustworthy while we're gone, slaying the dragon, right? That's the dynamic. So bedtime for me. Yeah, Saylor did. Yeah, so Michael Saylor did say something. So Michael Saylor bought more Bitcoin. That guy's a degenerate. I think his average price for Bitcoin is like in the 20,000s. Aiko says, bruh, women be having kids with the bad boys law. They don't care about that. It's only when they have to support their kids that they want the guy that can hold it down. Well, here's the thing. Here's the issue with a lot of guys, because yes, times have changed, but it's not, you can't just blame all women. Look it. If you're fucking 30 years old as a man, you smoke weed all day, you're out of shape, you play video games, you're not chasing excellence, you don't want anything more out of life, you can't expect a woman to want you. At least not the women you think you deserve, right? You can't expect that. And look it, no one will ever say and do anything that you don't allow them to do, which means a lot of men put up with disrespect from women. You cannot do that. It's not about being some tyrant alpha male that beats everybody up, but it's about not being a spineless pleaser. No one likes a spineless pleaser. No one likes a spineless pleaser. No one does. Women don't either, right? So if you're acting like a doormat, well, people are going to treat you like a doormat. So don't act like a doormat. And you don't have to date the women that you don't find attractive. Like the women that that a lot of guys talk about, oh, these women do this or they do that, or she belongs to the streets. Not all women are like that. You don't have to date those women. Just like some guys are fucking nutty, right? Possessive, crazy, and those sorts of things. Women, you don't have to date those guys, right? But attraction isn't a choice. And the truth is, women like guys who don't put them on a pedestal. And sometimes part of that is the guy who can take it or leave it. It's the guy who goes about his life chasing excellence, slaying the dragon, that treats them as a daily part of their schedule, treats and courts them like a woman. It doesn't sit there and make them their life. You're not his mommy. You're not his, his therapist. You're just a woman in his schedule. Women like guys that are like that because they don't like to feel like a celebrity, right? They don't like guys who sit there and worship them, the ground they walk on. Like so many guys are spineless pleaser simps, and they want these women to like them, and they say, oh, the girls go for the bad guys. Maybe, but they don't go for the brutes and the tyrants. They go for the guys who have their shit together, who don't need them but want them, right? That's the dynamic. Right? I'm telling you, you know what I mean? That's just the way. That's just a fact of life, And yeah, sometimes women have kids with guys, with bad boys, right? They don't vet the man properly, and those guys are just they ain't shit, right? And those are not the guys who have their shit together, right? It just happens. That happens all the time. So many fathers are not even present in the house. I mean, how many people in here grew up without a dad? You know what I mean? Yeah, you say what you want, but I'm up on game. You know what I mean? I understand how the dynamic works. You know what I mean? It's just the issue with relationships is that you could do everything right, but you can't force yourself to like love someone forever. Like sometimes the romance just fizzles out. There's things you can do to keep it going, but people grow apart all the time, and we're seeing them with Tom Brady, right? I'm happy I'm out of the game right now. Yeah, you know what, Michael. First of all, I think I follow you on Instagram, dude. Your Instagram's popping. If that's the same one, I think you hold podcasts, right? Very entertaining, dude. Keep that shit up. That shit's gonna blow up, dude. Like I've been dating a lot, like the last, I don't know. I need to go back to my channel, like the last 6 to 8 months, like a lot, and it's been fun. But honestly, one good woman is better than all of that. One woman is better than, in my opinion, one woman that'll hold it down for you and who's everything you want is better than going out, meeting people, drinks, and all sorts of things, and then doing the thing, and then you repeat the process. Like all that stuff to me it's fun, but it's, you know what I mean? To me, that's not me. Some people, they can live like that forever. Like some people, that's how they live forever, right? They're cool with that, but that's not me. I'm more of a monogamous guy long term. Although, having some fun and and those sorts of things is great in the interim, but long term, I see myself settling down with someone forever, right? That's how I see myself. I don't see myself being this playboy, doing this stuff forever, regardless of how rich I am. It's just not my game. It's not my game. It's just that what people don't do a lot is that here's what they do. Yeah, and one woman could be less expensive. People don't circulate enough. Because being alone is so hard, right? It doesn't matter. Being alone is hard. And if you don't know how to be alone and you're just surrounding yourself with people that are you feel about, and you become romantically involved with those people, and you agree to like exclusivity, you get tired of those people down the road. And it's mostly because, just a scarcity mindset. You don't think you're good enough, or you haven't been single long enough, or you don't do the right things. Because as a man, you got to tighten up your game. You know what I mean? You got to tighten up your game. You know what I mean? There's some things you could do, like work out, fix your finances, fill your social life with friends and family, and be active all the time, and those sort of things. Belong to a club. There's some things you can do, but you got to make sure your game is tight, right? If you meet someone that you really click with, that you really vibe with, like, and you're just like, well, she is the one, and your game is not tight, you're fucked. What do I mean by that? If you're acting too needy, if you're over pursuing too much, if you're making her your mommy, right? If you're putting her on a pedestal, if you're treating her like she's a deity, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna talk yourself right out of the ass. You know what I mean? That's what you're going to do. You got to make sure your game is tight. You got to learn those behaviors, you know? You got to learn those behaviors. You got to make sure your game is tight. And that's why dating is so important. You got to circulate. You got to practice. You got to meet people that maybe she's a 7 to you. Maybe she's an 8 for you. You know what I mean? Go on a date, wine and dine, all that good stuff, right? Maybe have some sexual encounters to know how to do it, how not to do it. If you're into that, if you're religious, whatever, do your thing, right? But you got to get your game tight. You know what I mean? That's what you have to do. So when you meet the right one, you're ready, because unicorns only come every so often, right? I mean, how many people in this chat, right? How many people in this chat, you know, how often do you meet someone where you're just like, damn? And I'm not talking about just physical, but damn, right? Like, damn, like, wow. You know, how often do you meet people like that? Not all the time. It's rare, right? It's rare. You know what I mean? It's not rare when you meet someone you're like, wow, women and men, right? Women and men. I mean, it's so hard. It's rare when you meet someone who's just amazing to you. And if you're not ready, man, that person's just going to walk right out of your life, you know? 100%, Lance. I love Corey Wayne. Corey Wayne, AMS, a lot of people, even entrepreneurs in cars a little bit. Sometimes he's a little crazy for my take sometimes, but he makes some good points. And a lot of other people. You got to be ready. Make sure your game is tight, baby. Uncle Ruckus says, being alone isn't hard. I've been alone for a minute. Dating gets boring. Same women every time. It can be, but sometimes you meet a freaking unicorn, man. And you're like, damn, she's the one, man. Got to make sure you're ready. Sebastian said, actually, if you do all that, Rodney, you don't set boundaries. So when you decide to, then you get a big pushback after you try and you get tired of some shit. Trust me. What do you mean, Sebastian? Peter says, Roddy, I have a wife and 3 sons. And that's awesome, Pete. If you're a person who wants to get married and have kids and a family, dude, do that, right? Do that. And I'm sure you made a fantastic decision on your wife, Peter, right? Because that's a big commitment. Because the truth is, in the United States, the marriage laws aren't favored for the man. And the fact that women initiate 80% of the divorces, that's an alarming number. But men and women love differently. That's why. Cool Cat Crimp says, most westernized women are ruined, just not worth it at all. No morals or traditional values whatsoever. Now, I don't really think that's true. I think it's the same theory. This is the same theory for politics. The loud minority speaks for the majority, right? That means we're seeing all these booty pics of chicks like, you know, posting their ass on Instagram and just, you know what I mean? We see that and people say, oh, you know, she just wants attention, validation. It's like, you don't have to date those women. Not all women are like what you see online. That's just the loud minority, right? It's like not all Democrats are crazy leftists that with purple hair. Not all Republicans are white supremacists. It's the loud minority. Most people are normal. And this is why you got to go out and date multiple people, because you're going to find women that are like that. You're going to find women who are like the Instagram types, who just want your money, your attention. They're addicted to social media. They're addicted to validation. They don't like you for you. They like you for how you make them feel. There's going to be a ton of women like that. But there's also going to be a ton of guys that ain't shit. So it's like, you know, because what's the stigma that men have? Oh, well, all men are, where are the men at? You know, there's just boys anymore. Where are the real men at? You know what I mean? Very insulting. But women have points, men have points. But you have to understand that not all people are like that. You have to circulate to find your person. It takes time. Sometimes it takes years. That's why you have to get good at dating. So when it's time, when you meet the right one, you are ready. Feet pics are no food. I literally know. So the last woman I was dating had roommates, right? Her roommate, because the chick I was dating, absolutely killing it. She's, you know, killing it in her career, makes a lot of money, don't need any of that stuff. But she had a roommate, right? She had like 3 roommates. One of her roommates was literally a sugar baby, had like 5 boyfriends. Her only job was stripping and like hooking up with other guys, and they would pay her bills and they would all fall in love with her. And she was just throwing it at him. You know what I mean? There's chicks like that, yes. But then on the contrary, the woman I was dating didn't need that validation. She didn't even have an Instagram because she didn't need an Instagram, you know? She, you know, was barely on social media. She had a lot going on in her regular life. She didn't need to show her ass. Even though she was hot, she didn't need to show her butt on Instagram. She didn't need to have 5 boyfriends to pay her bills because she did it herself. So people are different, right? And, you know, like I've had roommates, like guy roommates in the past where I've lived with guys who just want to play video games and smoke weed all day, and they're older, and they wonder why they can't find a woman, right? Like, why can't I get a girlfriend? It's like, dude, as you get older, women stop looking at just how hot you are or how many drugs they could do with you, or, women start, as women get older, they look at, hey man, do I see a future with this guy? And if you're sitting at home playing video games, smoking weed all day, a lot of women, especially high quality women, are going to pass on you because it doesn't matter how hot you are. It doesn't matter how good the D is, right? You're not a long-term guy. You might be a fucking dick appointment, but you're not a long-term guy. Is what I'm saying is that not everybody is the same, right? ASO says, if she can walk in your life, then she can walk out of your life, especially when you lost your job or investment. So this is an interesting topic because ASO makes a good point here. Look it. When you're down and out, because bad things happen to people all the time, especially men, right? Men, the only thing that are loved unconditionally in this world are dogs, women, and children. Men, no one gives a shit about you. After a certain age, after 25, no one cares about you anymore. They just don't. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Get your shit together, right? Which is fine because that's the plight of a man. We're supposed to figure it out. Now, if you're with a woman and you lose your job, you lose your house, or whatever you do, like you're in some financial issues, a good woman is going to stick around with you and help you overcome and try to help you get better. She's not just going to leave you at the drop of a hat. But what you can't expect as a man is for her to sit there for years and months and months and months while you sit there and sulk and don't do anything about your bad situation, right? You have to try. If you lose your job, you got to go apply for other jobs. Get a job delivering pizza or delivering food, whatever. Figure it out. A good woman is going to stick around, but any normal woman's not going to sit there while you just let your life divulge into chaos and just want to have sex with you all the time. That's just not the way it works. Like, of course, women are nurturers, right? They want to make sure the environment's safe for them and their kids. You know what I mean? So it's not as black and white as that, but there's some truth to that, right? There's some truth to that. What's up, Ahmad? How you doing? Cobra says, dude, if you're funny, you can get any girl you want. What's the first thing women say? He makes me laugh. Well, women like, look, here's the thing. Physical attraction is not a choice. Dress nice. Try to have some style. Try to have a cool haircut. Whatever it is, you own it. The thing is, like, not every woman is going to find a guy attractive, especially not like a 10 out of 10. Some guys are just hot because, like, The Rock, they're hot. Brad Pitt, they're hot guys. But even some women don't think they're like a 10 in their eyes, right? Attraction isn't a choice. So either you're hot to a woman or you're not. She thinks you're attractive or not. Now, your behaviors after that is what really makes her fall in love with you, right? And there's a ton of things that go into that, but being funny is one of them, but being confident and sure of yourself is the biggest one. Being sure of yourself. It's not cockiness, just being sure of yourself, being sure of your direction in life. What are you doing? What is your mission and purpose in life? How are you achieving that? Dude, women love that shit, bro. When you have a mission and you're chasing it relentlessly, women love that shit, bro. You're a guy who just like chasing excellence a lot. Like, they love that, right? Now, you got to keep in mind that you got to make sure you date and court your woman too, which means you got to make sure you're setting time aside to be with your wife, right? The saying goes, date your wife or someone else will. And that's so true. If you're not spending time to date and court your woman or to open her up, which means listening to her, because women get through problems by talking, right? Women are talkers. That's why they talk a lot, right? That's why women therapy is them getting with their friends and that's how women talk. That's how they get through their issues, right? So when you say, honey, how was your day? You better sit there and actively listen. And when women feel heard and understood, shout out to Corey Wayne, the legs open up. That's so true. A lot of guys, go through their marriages without having sex because they think their wife is like this freaking robot that you say, give me sex now. It's like, nah, you got to listen to women. You got to listen to her. You got to open her up. Women need to feel heard and understood. You know what I mean? If you want them to sleep with you, they're not it's not horse trading. You know what I mean? But yeah, women like when men are sure of themselves, that you're confident in where you're going in life. That's hot. And Max's check or credit score. Yeah, before you like enter any long-term, like, exclusivity with anybody, you should probably know how their financials look, because so many guys get blindsided by a ton of student loan debt. Same thing with women too. Like I was watching one where some chick, like she was dating this guy, and on paper, like she saw, he had like a nice car, he had a decent place, but then she like opened his bank account one day because he left it like on the dresser, and it turns out he was in all kinds of financial trouble. Like he had no money, he was like he owed a bunch of people money, he was just in a shithole. But he put off this persona like he was okay. So that's crazy. Just a Man says the body fades with time. Got to find someone who brings value to your life, but first you have to value yourself. Yeah. I mean, obviously looks fade as we get older, but you still want someone who values taking care of their body. And to me, that's keeping in shape. I cannot date a person who, because here's the thing, a lot of young women are hot just because they're existing. But if you meet like a chick that's older than 25 or older than 30 and she's in a fantastic shape, that's because she makes it a point to stay in shape. Same thing with guys. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is that they get in relationships with people who are not into fitness, right? They don't like working out and health. They try to turn them into something they're not. And I made that mistake. A lot of people have made that mistake. You can't be trying to fix people. That's not your job. If they're not what you want before you meet them, then don't be with them. You can't try to change people. If you meet someone and they have a drug problem or they party too much, right? Or, you know, they're not into working out. All they're doing is staying at home and eating bullshit food and watching movies every night. That's who they are. Either you accept them for who they are or you move on, right? You don't say, I can fix this person. That's foolish of you, right? Hitoshi says, my uncle has been married since 1998. He got way too complacent and thought he was untouchable. Now his wife is leaving him around the holidays, and it's complete shock. You have to romance your wife. It's so crazy. But okay, so women fall out of love and in love slowly over time. Like everybody knows that, right? Men were kind of like dogs, right? We're kind of like always kind of loyal sometimes, right? But this is why women do most of the divorcing, and guys don't even notice it. They're shocked. They're like, what, we've been married for, it doesn't matter how you made women feel before. You know, it doesn't matter. It's how you make them feel today, this week. What are you doing? And I know people think it's because we watch too many damn movies. The only thing that has taught us these crazy bad habits are movies. What's the typical stereotypical movie, right? Stereotype movie. It's the fucking nerd, right? The nerd who sees a hot cheerleader, right? This is a movie, right? This nerd sits in science class and sees this hot ass chick named Jenny, right? Jenny is getting plowed by Chad, right? The captain of the football team, just beating her guts in, right? Just really taking her to town, heating that ass up like a ham and cheese lean pocket, really digging her out, rearranging her guts. He's straight clapping the shit out of her, right? You know what I mean? You know, taking her to Slam City, Pound Town, right? And this nerd is like, but I love Jenny. She's been my crush since I was 10. I'm going to write her notes every day and show up at her house at 3 a.m. and play a sweet song. And in the movies, that shit works. Jenny's like, I don't know what I've been doing all this time. I've been dating Chad, who's been rearranging my guts, but I'm going to date you now because you're a creepy weirdo that shows up at my house. It's like, that's not how shit works in real life. Stop watching those movies. I don't know what guy thought it was a great idea to make those movies. That's just not how romance and love work. It's like, that's not that way. You know what I mean? The reason why Jenny likes Chadwick is because Chad doesn't put her on a damn pedestal. Not because he's an asshole. Maybe he's a little mean and disagreeable, but he's not some kiss ass. Women don't like kiss asses, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, stop watching porn too. Roger. Dude, if she didn't have an Instagram, there is some problem with it. I mean, sometimes some chicks just don't like Instagram. I mean, some chicks just don't like social media. Here's the thing. Social media is messing with a lot of women because comparison is a thief of joy. And dude, so many women like put like their hot ass bodies on Instagram, which is great. You know, sometimes I like to go down a rabbit hole and look at some hot women, but that's not reality, right? Not everyone looks like that in real life. And if you're flooded with that stuff on Instagram, you think you should be that. So a lot of women have mental health issues because of that. Like they're depressed. They don't feel adequate because these of Instagram. And same thing happens to everybody. Like people see other people's extravagant life on Instagram and people like, having these crazy boat parties. And they're like, oh, I wish that was me. I'm such a piece of shit. I have this 9 to 5 job and this guy's driving a Lambo and you know what I mean? And, you know, this guy is taking all these trips and I'm just here working at this corporation and I have a kid and, you know what I mean? Like my life is not that great. And then it makes people depressed when it's like, yeah, well, what if that person is going through some crazy shit that you don't know about just because they have a boat and, you know, and more money than you? Maybe, I don't know, maybe they have a micro penis, you know, or or maybe their wife, you know, maybe he caught his wife blowing the neighbor. Like, you don't know what's going on in their life, you know, like everyone has their own, maybe his mom has terminal cancer. You just don't know. Right. So don't be jealous of other people's lives. Rhodium says, in my experience, you should choose a partner that is above average looking, not too hot, very beautiful man or woman. Most of the time, they are not good partners. Rhodium, you should choose a partner who is a 10 out of 10 to you because it's all different. I typically go for a certain type of woman. Not everyone's going to find that woman attractive. Women that like me are not going to find, you know, Roger attractive or vice versa, right? People that think I'm hot are probably not going to think Roger's hot. People that think that Roger's hot are probably not going to. It's because to each their own, right? 10 is in the eye of the beholder. You should always go for someone who's a 10 in your eyes. You should always go for someone who's a 10 in your eyes. Don't settle for less. You know why? Because when you settle, and a lot of us do this, I've done this, you always look for something better. You always look for what you want. And it's not even looks, it's personality too. Maybe, you know, like date someone who's into like health and fitness like you. Date somebody who shares the same love language as you, right? Who's touchy-feely, who is a gift giver, whatever your love language is. Date someone who, you know, shares those same interests. Get your conversational skills on point. Yeah, I don't know why guys don't understand this, guys. Look at when you're dating, you're out on a date. Let women do most of the talking because they like to talk. Let women do most of the. So many guys sit there and brag about themselves. Oh, I got this new car, or I make this much a year, or this is where I live. And it's like, dude, stop fucking. First of all, it's corny, but you got to let women talk about them. Women love talking. Let them talk. Ask questions. Oh, so good meeting you. I saw on your dating profile that you were born in Washington. When did you move to San Diego? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I've been here since I was fucking 4, blah, blah. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so your family's still in Washington? Yeah, my family's still in Washington, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, crazy. So how'd you consider nursing? Like, how'd you get into nursing? Oh, I got into nursing because blah, blah, blah. My sister's a nurse and my uncle's a nurse and I'm a nurse, blah, 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 blah. You know, like chicks just love to talk. And then they'll be like, oh my God, in their head, oh my God, I haven't asked this guy about himself. You say, oh, well, what do you do for work? And you briefly explain what you do for work. Oh, well, I actually just do YouTube. YouTube, that's crazy. Like, I know it's crazy, but and then you flip it back on them. That's crazy, but I want to know more about nursing. So what kind of nursing do you do? Oh, I do psychiatric. It's like, you got to ask women questions. That's the dynamic. The ratio should be like 90-10. Like 90% of them talking, 10% you talking. You know what I mean? All you have to do is ask questions. So many guys are like, what do I talk about on dates? What do I talk about on dates? It's like, that's what you talk about, dummy. Talk about them. Thomas says, had too many horrible relationships, so took time to figure out how to make me happy, and then maybe that's so important. That's so important. Thomas, you should never have to compromise too much. I mean, there's different compromises you have to make, but you should never give up your hobbies and your friends for a significant other, right? Unless they're doing something bad to your relationship. Say, for example, you have a close girlfriend who like is trying to fuck you. Obviously, your girlfriend's not going to like her, right? And same thing with women. Women, if you surround yourself with a bunch of guys who want to bang you, because we know that most guys that are around you want to bang you, because that's what guys do. They want to bang. Like, think about your closest guys in here. Think about some of the girlfriends you're closest to. Would you hit that? Be honest now. Would you hit that? Some of y'all would, okay? So if their friends are not a detriment to your relationship, then you need to let your partner have their life and their hobbies. Taking things away from people is crazy. And that's how you scare good people away. Fucked up people will put up with that shit, but good people will run away from you. And yeah, sometimes you need to take the time to work on yourself, because a lot of men blame women for like their shortcomings. But I mean, you have to, what about you? Where's your responsibility? Why are you picking these women, right? Why are you picking women that are just bad for you, right? It's like, dude, the common denominator here is you. It's not all women. Keep circulating. You'll find someone good. Crypto Zero, I agree. Crypto Talk says 100%. Sometimes men get complacent, especially in a long-term relationship. That is always the issue. It's always when women leave men, it's a shock to most guys. They're like, what? Complacency. People are not going to like this. Maybe this sounds a little bit too old-fashioned for you people, but there needs to be a masculine energy and a feminine energy in a healthy relationship. What is that called? That's called polarity. That's called sexual polarity, right? Even with same-sex couples, right? A top or a bottom. The butch or the not butch, right? There's always that dynamic, the feminine and masculine energy. What is femininity, right? What is feminine? Feminine is unpredictable. Feminine is mother nature. Feminine is sporadic, right? It's raining, it's hot, it's cold, it's hungry, it's tired. It's all over the place. That's feminine energy, and it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful, right? The divine feminine to me is beautiful, right? I love that. I love the energy of women who are like that. What is masculine energy? It's sure, it's solid, it's unperturbable, it's the mountain, right? Feminine energy is the elements. Masculine energy is the rock, it's the mountain. It doesn't move regardless of what the feminine energy does, right? That is the dynamic. You need to have that dynamic in the relationship. What does masculine energy do? It leads regardless of what's happening. It gets shit done. It breaks through barriers. It accomplishes. It overcomes. That's what masculine energy is. That's usually the man. Usually, right? It's a little different nowadays, but it's usually the man in the relationship. As a man, you have to make an effort to date and court your woman, right? You have to stop making excuses. Oh, we just had the kids all week and I'm tired. It's like, okay, think about going to divorce court. Are you going to be tired then? Get a babysitter for the kids. Plan a fun night out Friday. Get a weekend trip getaway. You got to date and court your wife. You can't get complacent. As a leader, the man is the leader, and a lot of guys don't like to take that responsibility, right? You got to lead the relationship in the direction and where you want it to go. And look, some women should know that you should let your man lead or help them lead, right? There are controlling and possessive women that don't let men do that, and the polarity is all fucked up, Well, yeah, I mean, that's the point of a stream. I have to talk a lot, right? Racket Club says, Rodney, I made that mistake. I'm finally messing with a shorty that's on the same frequency that I don't have to change. I'm telling you guys, it doesn't even looks. Okay. So looks are a big part of it in dating for men. Yes, that's fine. Right. But dude, just personality, characters, traits, and those sorts of things are such a big deal. There is some sort of connection that you make with people who are just fucking down to earth. Like recently, I went on the probably the best date I've ever had since the whole issue happened. And probably the best date I've had in years. I haven't clicked with a person so well up until recently. Now, is that person going to be in my life? I don't know. Maybe. I don't even know this person that much. But the first date was just absolutely crazy. I just connected with this person on many different levels that you don't meet. Because maybe you go out with really hot people, but they're just boring. Or people that have a lot going on for them, but they're just boring. It's because you don't have that connection with them. For some reason, you're on different wavelengths, right? But when you date a person who is into the same things you're into, has the same value system as you, who has the same love language as you, different levels. I'm way behind in chat. I am way behind. Yeah, you look, as a man, you don't want to be too feminine. Look, it's not about being I'm gonna chop some wood and fucking shave and fix cars all day. That's not about being masculine. I mean, that is part of being masculine, obviously, right? Being competent, right? Say if you're driving and your tire gets flat, and you're like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do, babe? What do I do? It's like, dude, don't be a bitch, dude. Change the fucking tire, figure it out, If there's a leak in your house, right, or something broken in your house, oh my God, I gotta call a repairman, or how do I mount this TV? It's be competent, I can't change my own oil. Be a competent man. That's part of it, right? But it's not being some brute. It's just about being competent, having a spine, sticking up for yourself, chasing excellence. That's masculine energy and getting it done. Stop making excuses. Oh, can't take my wife out this week because I have the kids. It's like, no, dummy, get a babysitter. You know, there's a way. If you want to, there's a way. Here's the issue, though. Sometimes men, we fall out of love. And you don't want to do those things. What was so easy for us to do before, like maybe the infatuation was still there, or maybe you still were really in love with this person. What was there before, maybe that's gone, and maybe you don't feel motivated to date your wife anymore. But I think it's more of men don't know that they have to do that still, because we're goal-oriented, right? When we, get a girlfriend or a wife, we think it's done. Like, it's over. We don't have to do anything else. We're here. But it's like, no, there's more to it than that. You got to keep dating your wife, dummy. Like you just can't date her when you're, boyfriend and girlfriend. And then once you get married and move in, just stop. Like, that's not the way it works. You got to keep going. Yeah, the man song from Mulan. Be a man, you must be swift as a coursing. I do miss Michelle, too. We got a donation. Lance with the $5 says agree. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm always behind in Chad. Says, Roddy, you can't be Chad. Tyrone is your best bet. Right? I don't have a problem with women that like me, the thing is, like, so many guys go after women who like just have low interest in them. Like, why would you want to date women who are just not into you? I can tell when a woman is into me or not. You could tell. I've been on like a lot of dates with women who are like, about me, which is fine. It's not me. Sometimes it's me, but it's just because it's like a puzzle piece. It's like a round peg going into a square hole. It doesn't work. Sometimes, that does work, if you know what I mean. But you know what I mean? Sometimes you're just not compatible, and that's okay. That's okay. You can't be scared of that. Girlfriends, that's key, not wives. I don't think I'll ever get married again. I think marriage is such a scam. Eric sent me a message on Twitter. Is it relatable? Hey, oh, dude, she's cute, Eric. Nice, Eric. Eric got him a little cutie. Good for you, Eric. You know what I mean? Get him, Eric. Eric got him a pretty little girlfriend. Hey, love to see it, I noticed you talk a lot more since you died. I think, I have to talk more. I mean, it's the show, But yeah, I've been trying. So I know that we're off the rails here. This is not about crypto at all, which I do sometimes. But I felt like for news, I got to be more engaging. Those people who aren't up to date with the slang. Oh yeah, Tyrones are the black chads, guys. Tyrones are the black chads, pretty much. But I understand where like my shortcomings are when it comes to certain things. I get it. I get where I'm at. But dude, I'm doing okay in my life. Like, I feel okay financially. I know what I want to do in life. I stay in fantastic shape. I'm in some fucking shape. You know what I mean? Like, I always take care of my body. I'm a little disheveled right now. But if I'm going out on dates and meeting women, I'm always clean cut, nice clothes, nice watch, a little bit of jewelry on. Like, I look good. You know what I mean? I smell good. Car's all clean. You know what I mean? Like, I apartment's clean. Got the red light and the blue light. You know what I mean? I know how to date. Like, it's not hard. It's just that a lot of guys, you got to handle the immediate issues in your life, because people say, "Oh, be confident, bro." It's like, dude, you can't fucking just spawn confidence. If you don't have shit to be confident about, how are you gonna be confident? How? Maybe you drive an old ass car and you feel insecure about that, or maybe you live with like 4 roommates and you feel insecure about that, or maybe you work at a job that you think is a dead end job and you feel insecure about that. Fix it. Fix those things. You can fix it. It's gonna take a while, but fix it. Maybe your credit's bad. Fix your credit. Cobra says, for men, the more money you got, the more attractive you are. So there's a balance for that, because there's a lot of guys that are filthy rich that are complete losers. They're filthy rich that are complete losers, right? They're guys that, they pay for escorts. They only have women around that like them for their money, which, if that's what you're looking for, fine. But if you're looking for a real, genuine connection, you can't go about relationships horse trading. You can still have some game and have money. That's like the Andrew Tates of the world. That got game and money. I know Andrew Tate, some of the things he said is pretty stupid. Rhodium, yes. you know, some of the things he says is dumb, but there's a lot of guys with money and game, like Drake, money, game, status. You know what I mean? Like all these guys, even men in my, I know people personally that are absolutely killing it, bro. They got money, they got game, they got style, you know, and women just like them. But yeah, there's a lot of guys with money that are complete losers. Yeah, but money is the great equalizer. That's why I said men and women view attraction differently. Unless you're some like real degenerate guy, you usually don't care how much money she has. It's like you just care about her being hot, you know, and you're in. Crypto Talk says no amount of money would make me want to put up with a guy like Tate. Yeah, I mean, hey, he's not for everyone, right? DJ said I couldn't be confident when I was homeless. 100%. How could you be confident when you're homeless, DJ? And now I see DJ. I saw DJ's video of him walking into his apartment the other day. Nice, sick ass pad now. You overcame. You're a man. You adapted. You improvised. You overcome. You know, you hustle all day to create your lifestyle, to have a nice car, to make those delicious meals, to be able to do what you want, to buy all the NFTs you want, to have your own place in one of the most expensive cities in the world. You work your ass off because that's what men do. They improvise, they adapt, they overcome, they make it fucking happen. You know, raining outside, who cares? You know, they figure it out. Well, feminism's a little different these days. It's more the dictionary word feminism is not what a lot of people are pushing these days. It's stupid. It's like these people, it's almost like they want to smash all masculinity. That's stupid. But dude, I'm telling you, like all these crazy people you see on the internet, that's when I meet women in person and we have these conversations, they all agree with me because what I'm saying is not sexist at all. It's like, that's our energies. You know what I mean? Get him, DJ. Hell yeah. You know? I'm not going to get in the Andrew Tate thing, but look, Andrew Tate has no problem getting women. And that's why none of his ex-girlfriends, besides that one on the tape, which obviously she didn't even say anything, but they were having like a sexual thing going on. None of Andrew Tate's ex-girlfriend has come out and said anything negative about him. They haven't. It's just the media villainizing him. He says some real edgy shit that makes him look stupid. You know? Ari says, I had the best time with a girl when I really had no money. Those expensive dinners were actually the worst moments. And that makes, you know, like I said, the best date I went on this whole year was one date where we went to a park and just like talked and then, you know, just hung out, you know, but that was the best. I'm like, damn, you know, and plus first dates, men, you never break the bank on first dates. I am in the camp of people, this is going to be controversial. I don't think it should be 50-50. I don't. I think that if it's your idea to take a woman on a date, you should pay. That's just my opinion. I think so. I think as masculine energy, you're the provider. Now look if you're living together, she could pay something, you know, but I don't think it should be 50-50. I don't. If she's making a massively amount of more money than you guys work that out, right? But I think that if it's your idea as the leader, you should be paying. But I do think there should be some sort of appreciation shown. I've been on dates with women who like don't even bother grabbing their wallet or don't even think about anything. That's the minority. The majority of women are like, oh, yeah. You want me to pay half or you want me to get the tip? And I say, oh, no, thank you. It's a nice gesture. You know, as long as they're like, oh, thank you so much for dinner or thank you. You know what I mean? That's nice. But some women don't even look at their wallet, you know? But I do think that that's a mental note, right? I'm like, oh, okay, well, she's not a giver, you know? I was going to pay anyways, but you could offered, you know? But yeah, you know, I do think that it should be if it's your idea and you're picking up for a date, you know, as the man, the leader, why would you go to this expensive, extravagant date if you're not going to pay for it? You know what I mean? It's like, it's your idea, dummy. Now, what I've noticed is that in longer term relationships, like good women will just be like, hey, let me take you out. You're always taking me out. And I say, all right, cool. Wine and dine me, you know? So the roles will be reversed. I'm going to pick you up at, Wednesday, 7 p.m. and we're going to go for dinner. You know what I mean? Like, so the chicks that like you will do that, or they'll get you little gifts here, or maybe they'll give you like a random blowjob, or you know what I mean? Like givers will do shit like that, you know? Selfish chicks won't do that. Some chicks are just not givers. Some dudes are just not givers, right? Some chicks are just selfish. They're just not touchy-feely or givers like that. Like a lot of people come from families where like Their families are just not, they don't hug each other. They don't say, I love you. They don't touch each other. And you may come from a family where they do all those things. So like, that's what you look for in a significant other. And they don't give that. Not that they're a bad person. They're just not givers. That's just not the way they were raised. Right. So people just come from different backgrounds. It's crazy. All right. Some women you meet are just like, they want to touch you. They want to dance on you. They want to kiss you. They want to do everything with you because they're givers. They're touchers. They're intimate like that. But some women you meet are just like standoffish and they don't want to touch you. And, it's just, some people are just different. That's why love languages are so important, right? Love languages are important. Some people think that they don't exist. I think they do exist to an extent. But yeah, when you're going on a first date, men or women too, don't expect a guy to break the. Some guys do that. They lead with their money. Like some guys will literally meet a chick on a dating website, and for the first date, take her to like some 5-star restaurant with lobster and stuff. It's like great, but my mindset is the first date is just to see if I like you. All right. And that's because that's where women come from. That's the angle where women come from. Because if you're dating even like a relatively attractive woman, you better believe she has like 10 or 15 guys trying to get after her. At least. Even like you could say the women that don't look the most attractive to you, like a woman who's a 5 versus a guy who's a 5, she's going to be able to pull way more than that guy. That's just how it is. Like, it's rare to see a woman who's had no partners or no significant others, but it's not really rare to see a guy who's a loner who's had no sexual partners or no, you know what I mean? So best believe when you meet a girl out for a date, she's just there to see, can I see myself with this guy? How is he? You know what I mean? And so that's where you should come from too. Some guys just see a nice pair of titties and a big old ass and a cute face. I'm like, oh, fuck, she's my wife, and they take her to these 5-star restaurants. And it's like, well, dude, what if she's like what if you meet her out and she's a terrible person? Like case in point, I had a buddy who took this chick out to like it wasn't a 5-star, but it was a really nice restaurant. Spent like $150 on dinner. And during the conversation, she talked about how she cheated on her ex. It's like, that's a red flag. If you're out on a date with someone and they talk about cheating on a significant other, hello, red flag. They're probably going to cheat on your ass. It's like, do you want to date that person? You could have learned all those things over 2 drinks. You know what I mean? 2 drinks. Now, the way I like to do it, if I meet up for drinks, because it's like really low, right? $20 maybe tops. And like things are going well, like you really vibe with this person. I'm a man. I've done my homework. I've done the logistics. I know as a man, because you're a leader, next door or across the street or close by, there's a restaurant we could go to. Hey, let's go over there and get some appetizers. Now, what you're doing is, you're getting food now. You can invest a little more to the date because she's cool, she's fun, and you're having multiple dates in one night, which makes people more comfortable with you. So, you know what I mean? So I've been talking a lot, but exactly. Shaman says exactly. First date McDonald's? No, don't do that. I wouldn't recommend McDonald's for any date unless you're like a couple. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? William says, or a woman makes shit up that makes them look bad, or a guy. I'm so like, I am like I'm like so good at like learning or understanding if women are into me or not. Like I've been on a few dates, not a ton, but a few dates, or just met with random people who are just not into me. And to me, it's not worth the hassle, because you can raise attraction, but to me, it's not worth the hassle. Why would I want to date someone who has interest in me or low interest in me? It doesn't make any sense. Some guys like the chase. They want to bang those girls too, but I don't think it's worth my time. You know what I mean? I just think like if I meet out with a chick and, I'm asking her about her life and she's giving me closed answers and, 1-word answers and not asking me about myself and, on her phone or some disrespectful shit like that, I excuse myself. Or if I meet out with her and she's really into me, but I'm not into her for some reason, I excuse myself. Say, hey, it was nice meeting you. I got to get going. I got some work to do, or some shit like that. I'll do something like that. Excuse yourself. Don't be a little bitch, All right, sir, better than you. Have a good one. Thank you a lot for joining me today. I appreciate you. Well, it's not like moves, may you be well. It's not like moves. It's just that's the way the interaction should go. Yeah. Buy a bucket of KFC and go to the park. You better bring some fucking wet naps, boy. Some greasy ass hands. Steve the Canadian says, I think the best date is August 26th. It's not too hot. Wait, why August 26th? You can't just wait one day. You know? Only celebs can go from separate to divorce to engage in. No, dude, I've known so many, especially in the military, people who get divorced and get married again. Like it's more common than you think. You know, it's more common than you think. You know, let me see. Bree says, I remember when I went on a date in high school, he insisted on taking me to an expensive Italian place. I literally just wanted Taco Bell. Well, yeah, because you're probably into him, you know? Well, like I said, some chicks are like, they just want like a free meal, dude. Some chicks are down for, dude, so many hot chicks. Dude, this last year, my life has been crazy. I've been around so many like real wealthy people and some real hot chicks around them. And I just know some of these chicks are there for a meal ticket, you know? You know, I've had people try to treat me like I'm a meal ticket. I swear, it's crazy. Like, dude, if you think I'm going to pick you up and take you to a 5-star restaurant on a first date, you are out your damn mind. If we have a good first date, like I met somebody recently who, maybe I shouldn't go into that story, but it was just crazy. It's like, I don't know, but some guys are suckers. They'll do that, dude. They'll do that. I'm telling you. The reason why chicks do those sorts of things is because a lot of guys will do that. They will go along with it. They will buy them things. Before they know them, they'll give them like a credit card to spend. They'll take them to 5-star restaurants just for some booty. You know? Oh, the day of dating in Canada is 8/26. That's a day in Canada? No way. What's up, Soap God? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jenna Rocks Roger says, I had a meal ticket X. I was trying to bring equality like a good feminist. It's funny. Bill Burr made a good thing about about that. Like women want like feminism and want to be equal until it's some crazy shit. Like the Titanic, how women and children were left to go first. Like literally, for example, if you're sleeping with your girlfriend, right, or your wife, and someone breaks into the house, who the fuck is expected to go check it out? You, the man, right? Right? Come on now, let's be honest. If there's a fire that breaks out in a fucking, you know, in a public place, who's expected to make shit happen? You. If a guy comes up and slaps your girlfriend's butt while you're at a club, you better be ready to fight a motherfucker or be a coward, right? Like you're expected to do these things, right? When the Titanic is sinking, guess who's getting on those boats first? Women and children, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So obviously, it's not completely equal, you know. Hook a crypto Tinder project. Hook up to earn. Oh, it's a movie quote. Let's see. Birthday sex. Look, if you're doing things right, sex should never be something you have to like negotiate for. That's so corny. Imagine having to negotiate for sex. Imagine being in a relationship where you have to beg for sex. Ugh, how desperate, right? How desperate. Don't be those people. Don't be those people, okay? Don't be those people. Shaman says, I only date Amazonian women. Hey, some people like buff mommies, some big, strong mommies, right? I dated a chick who was like really into bodybuilding. It's kind of hot, you know? It's kind of hot. I mean, it's going to be hard for me to find a woman who's like 6'2", so taller than me, and way more than 227. I weigh 227-ish right now. It's going to be hard to find a woman who's bigger than me, right? Even if she's buff, she's probably still about $140 or $150. You know what I mean? So I like fit women. I like women who are in shape. Whether that's like muscle, I'm not talking about like Arnold Schwarzenegger buff, but you know what I mean? That's what I like. Roger, muscle mommies. Brad says, I always keep my girlfriend on edge by telling her it's only a matter of time before I trade her in for the newer model. See, that's just fun, poking fun at each other. You know, that's fine, you know. Cool Crafter says, some women attempt to take away the cat. Only reason why you want to be around them in the first place, sex. Yeah, some people, yeah, they use sex as a weapon, but dude, you don't got to be like that, right? You don't got to be like that, right? You don't have to date people like that, right? You want a woman who wants to sleep with you. You don't. because the truth is a lot of women settle later on in life, right? Maybe for one reason or another, but they go with a guy who maybe they're not really sexually attracted to, that maybe checks all the other boxes but the sexual attraction box. I always say, when I was married, I always want to be the hottest husband in the room, because as you get older, guys, as you get older, look at all your peers. How many people your age are still staying in shape and care about fitness? Few. When I would go to like parties and get together with my ex, first of all, I was probably only the black guy there because of the crowd we were in. But I'm always in I'm all fucking looking shredded, got a little mohawk going on, got some swagger, white ass teeth, confident, good posture, tall, in shape. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of husbands aren't like that. Like, a lot of people aren't like that, They're just not. They don't care about the sorts of things. So you just being in shape is already head and shoulders above the rest of like her girlfriends. Because here's the thing. Girls get together. They're little horn dogs too. Women get together and talk about, oh, The Rock. Oh my God, I would love to bang. You know what I mean? Or Brad Pitt, or, oh my God. And look at their husbands sitting there all frumpy, half balding, in a little Hawaiian shirt, cargo shorts up above their fucking knees. You know what I mean? Wearing fucking Skechers, white tube socks, looking pale and dusty, out of shape, maybe make a lot of money, maybe are great businessmen, but just don't care about their physical appearance, right? And that's why their wives fantasize about these fucking other guys. But if you're that one fucking stallion in the room, some hot ass motherfucker, best believe all the other wives are looking at you like, damn. You know what I mean? You gotta be that. You gotta be that guy, dude. Make your wife proud. Make your wife's friends like, damn. You know what I mean? It's a big deal. Hottest husband in the room. Hottest husband in the room. You want to be that. You want to be that. I'm telling you guys, it's such a big deal. And as you get, 30, 35, 40, 45, still people just quit. They quit caring. And the thing about, so like I said before, if you're dating someone, right, because you want to make sure that they're the person they were before they met you, right, which is so important, right? When you date someone, they have to be into fitness already. And usually when the man gets complacent and gets fat, the woman will follow suit. Sometimes that's not the case, but women, they tend to follow the lead, right? So if you make an effort to stay in shape and she's already a fitness person, she's going to make that same effort, and you guys can stay hot for each other. That's so important, right? It's so important. Most husbands are suffering through the parties knowing that they are going home to hell. I've seen it, right? And if you can't, and then what if you get out chatted? You can't get out chatted. You can't get out chatted. What's up, Chrissy? I went live at 8 a.m. I know a lot of people didn't get the notification, Chris. I didn't schedule the stream until like 7:35, which is, then people don't get the YouTube notification. You don't have to be married and miserable, but most married couples don't bang each other anymore. It's just a fact. It's not me making that up. It's just, I think it's like 8% of married couples still like romance and bang. A lot don't. I always ride my bike. Yeah, you should exercise for you, right? What's up, Kayla? How you doing, baby? My GF also tells me she doesn't. Dude, if your wife tells you she wants you to have a debt, she's fucking lying. If you want to get ripped, and watch her reaction. That's so dumb. You know what I mean? Dude, don't listen to those dumb tabloids. Don't listen to the mainstream media. Oh, women are into dad bods. No, they're not. They might say that. They ain't. Get some muscle on you. Get ripped. See how she changes her reaction. You ever seen that episode of Family Guy where Peter gets all fit? That's so true, right? She's like mad because he's an asshole and he's like hot and sexy, but she can't keep her hands off of him, What people think and what they react to are two totally different things, right? People can say what they want, but what are their actions? What do they react to, Yeah, right. Get in shape. If you want to get in shape and you're a husband, watch how much the attraction for your wife goes up. Your wife has for you goes up. Why? Because it's hard work getting in shape. It's hard work saying no to drinking excessively, to eating excessively, to skipping the gym. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard to do all those things, or not skipping the gym. It's hard to do all those things, right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's the dumbest. That is the dumbest lie I've heard by the mainstream media. Oh, they like dad bods. No, they do not. No, they do. That's why they fucking cream their pants every time they see The Rock or Brad Pitt. Does The Rock have a dad bod? Fuck no. Motherfucker's built like a brick shithouse, you know? William said, I had to barter with my wife for sex or even buy her stuff. I vowed never to ask again. 1 year later, it's sexless and marriage. William, try this. William, try this. You got to get back to dating and courting your wife. You got to open her up. Open her up in more ways than one. Well, open her up, it means talking to her. Try this, William. Try this. If you have kids, find a babysitter, take her out on a date, just like you did when you were dating, right? Just like you did before you became complacent and started living with each other. Schedule a date. Just dinner. They go from dinner, then go to like, she's your wife, so you can do an extravagant dinner. Fine. A dinner, then go play some pool after, maybe throw some darts, then go walk on the beach. And then talk the whole time. Let her do most of the talking. Ask her about her work life. Ask her about her fucking friends that you know about. Ask her about whatever drama she has going in at work. Let her vent. You have to open her up. Women are not like light switches. You can't just flick them on, bang me, and flick them off, bang me. You have to open her up. Women need to feel heard and understood. You're the leader. You have to do that, okay? Take her on a date. Date her often, once a week or at least once bi-weekly, you know? Chris E says, she wants you to be fat so you don't have options. Right now, she has no competition. Fit men are attractive. Fit men are completely attractive, Chrissy. 100%. Yeah, trust me. Just because she wants those things doesn't mean she responds well to those things. Be fit. Be hot. Be the hottest husband in the room. Spence says, not the stream I was expecting, but the stream I needed to hear. I mean, it's just some game, you know? Just game 101. Look, you don't have to look like the fucking Rock. You don't have to look like fucking Michael B. Jordan. You don't have to look like Brad Pitt. Do what you can for yourself. Groom yourself. Whatever style you have, make it work. People always roast my fucking big blonde mohawk. Bitches like the big blonde mohawk, okay? All right? You don't have to like it, but it's not for you. You know what I mean? Like, your personality, you don't have to change who you are, but you become a better version of yourself, right? You don't have to be those guys to get result. Obviously, you're not going to be Drake, right? You're not going to be these people that are insane status people, but you can have your own little, your own little rotation of women. You can have your own game. You can, be your own person and be attracted to the women that are attracted to you. Because, you know what I mean? A lot of guys get caught up in, I'm ugly because this chick doesn't like me. I'm ugly because I got rejected 10 times today. It's like, dude, if your game is tight, right? If, your style is decent, right? You're not dusty. You don't smell. You don't fucking not wearing high waters, dusty ass ripped jeans, unless they're stylish, I guess. You don't have a bunch of fuzz on your face. You're groomed really well. You smell good. You have like maybe a little bit of jewelry on. It doesn't have to be real or expensive, but you look good, right? If you look good, your financial situation's decent, right? Your living situation's decent. You know what I mean? And women turn you down. It's like, she just didn't like you. Someone else will. Keep trying. Don't fucking sit there and loathe yourself for it. You know what I mean? A lot of guys do that. I appreciate you, Crypto Talk. And that's from a woman. She said, your advice is on point. I appreciate that. I don't mean that in a derogatory sense, but I'm saying chicks like the mohawk. They like my blonde hair. Dude, it's because I wear it with confidence. And I don't sit there and say, oh, do you like my hair? Oh, do you like my hair? Do you like my hair? I didn't do this for anybody else. I did it because I like it. You know what I mean? There's a lot. You ever seen those situations where where like women will say, like, because women will poke. Women are like mischievous little creatures. If they see a weakness, they'll fuck with you. They'll fuck with you sometimes just to see how confident you are in yourself, right? If you say something like, "Oh, I don't like this shirt," or oh, "I think I look fat," or whatever, like you say some like real, like jest, like some stuff like, "Oh, I look like crap," or "I don't know how I feel about my hair." Like, chicks only care if you do. Like sometimes chicks only care about shit you care about. Like, they don't even think it's a problem until you bring it up and act like an insecure little bitch. Like, dude, if you like something, Own it. If you like fucking fixing on cars on the weekend, you do that. If you have a Star Wars collection, like a figurine collection, say if you bring a chick over for after dinner, right? And you have a bunch of Star Wars dolls around the house, like Star Wars figurines. And she goes, "Oh, so you like Star Wars?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, it's just an old hobby I had, and I just did it when I was a kid, but I meant to take those down." And you're acting like a little pussy. It's like, dude, own it. Yeah, I love to collect Star Wars figurines. I'm a big Star Wars fan. They will like that because you like it, right? A lot of guys are so insecure about things, how they look, and it's like, dude, it's you. Own it, dude. People like that shit, I confused you for Goku for a second. I'd be showing chicks my gun. Dude, chicks don't care about your geeky collections. They don't. I have Magic the Gathering cards right on my table in my living room. I have like a playing mat, and people ask, "Oh, what's that?" It's my Magic the Gathering cards, and they're like, "Oh my god, do you play those card games?" It's like, yeah. I used to play competitively, So I'm not insecure about it. It's what I used to do. No one cares unless you care. I appreciate it, Soap God. I had a channel, but I gotta go ahead and get that. Well, I don't have it all under I don't have it all. I understand game and women and relationships, but I don't have everything that I need to know. I don't have everything done. I don't know everything, right? I'm still learning. I'm still learning from older men and just experiences. My biggest thing is still building an empire with money and resources and I want a big home and all these sorts of things. My goal is still building my empire. Right. So I don't know everything, but I know how to date. I know how to keep a woman who likes me in my life. You know what I mean? Like I know how to do those things. It's not hard. It just takes some self-control. Yeah, Bree says, yeah, see, right? Bree says, I have Magic. Yeah, exactly, dude. You never know. Maybe you meet a chick and she's like, "Oh, I used to play Magic," or something like that. It's like, who cares, bro? You know what I mean? I appreciate that, Brad. Uncle Ruckus says, so what are 3 main things that tells you a woman is into you? Okay, so if you're dating right now, listen to this. If you're dating, here are 3 main things to tell if a woman is into you. 1, she's participating in the conversation. She's asking you about yourself. Because a lot of women will go on dates with guys they're not interested in. Like guys will ask them a bunch of questions. They'll give them like one-word answers, and they're just not that interested. 1. 2, she's touching you. Right? Women will bump into you and make little comments and stuff like that. But what a lot of guys don't understand is like, dude, most women are not going to sit there and pull your face in and kiss you. You have to go for the kiss, right? You have to go for it. But women will bump you and tell, oh my God, they'll touch you. And no. You know what I mean? Women who like you will do that. Those are 2 things for sure they will do. They'll ask you about yourself because they're interested, and they will touch you. Oh, so-and-so this, and oh my God, haha, and you can tell. Women who also like you will try to pursue you too after the first a couple initial dates, right? Women that like you, it's tough because sometimes you'll date a structured woman, like you'll meet a structured woman who just doesn't do things because she thinks things should be a certain way. Like maybe she doesn't want to sleep with you on the first date because she doesn't want to seem like a hoe, or maybe she's religious or whatever, right? Some women are structured more than others. But a lot of women, especially these days, are a little more freer. So maybe they will sleep with you on the first date. They'll kiss you on the first date and those sorts of things, right? They'll do those sorts of things and they'll ask you about yourself and those sorts of things. So those are some signs that a woman will like you, and they'll pursue you later on, which means they'll make an effort to reach out to you, right? And here's the thing. Men, we start the pursuit. We're the initiators, right? We are the ones who slide in the DMs. We're the ones who see a hot woman at a grocery store, right? And approach them, right? Now, sometimes women approach you for different reasons. Here's the thing, and this has happened in my life so many times, and it's such a big example of how to tell if a woman likes you at the gym or wherever. They will compliment you. If a woman goes up to you and says, "Hey, I like your hair," and you think she's hot, she's probably putting herself into your orbit. "Oh, I like your shoes." Every single time, batting 1,000, that a woman I thought was attractive complimented me, and then I started a conversation up with them and then asked them out on a date, 100% of the time, I've gotten them out on a date. Maybe things didn't go past that date, fine. But when women like you, they will put themselves into your orbit. So say, for example, you meet a woman, right? You meet a woman online, whatever, you meet out for a date. you have a good time, you make out, maybe you didn't have sex, whatever. You make out, you have a good time, you have some drinks, you have a crazy long night, and bam, like you just had a fantastic night. I usually say you should reach out for the first 2 to 3 times. So I would wait 5 days or something like that to hit her up again, right? Hey, this is Rodney. Hey, I'd like to see you again. When are you free to get together? That's what I say, something like that. Women who really like you and can't wait, they'll hit you up with some dumb shit too. They'll be like, oh, I was watching a movie and I thought about you. Or, hey, remember that thing we talked about the other night? You know what I mean? Like, this is like, she'll send you a picture. That's a sign, dummy. Like women, when they like you, they're not going to come out and say, hey, fucking date me again or take me out on a date. They say, hey, I was thinking about you in different ways. That is your chance to make a date, right? But if she doesn't hit me up, I wait about 5 to 7 days and I hit her up. Then we go on a second date. And then usually women who like you will start reaching out to you. And that's how they reach out. Hey, I was thinking about you. Or, hey, my cousin mentioned the basketball game you were talking about. Like something dumb like that. Like women who like you put themselves into your orbit. And I'm telling you, the compliment one is such a big deal. So if you're hanging out right at work or something like that, and you felt this weird tension between you and a person, and she says, hey, I like your hair. Or hey, I think those like shoes look great on you. You know what I mean? Dude, she likes you. She's complimenting you. You know what I mean? Now, some women are attention hoes. They like attention, you know. Some chicks are like that, but usually that's a good sign. People on Twitter saying you're Cisco's kid. I am, yes. Yeah, she will laugh at your jokes. Yeah, women who like you will laugh at your jokes. Yeah, but some women will do shit like some people will do shit like some chicks will do. Chicks are like super good at like weeding guys out in the nicest way possible. Why? Guys are usually bigger, stronger. And who commits most of the murders and crazy crimes? Men, right? We're fucking nuts, right? I mean, there are Ted Bundys in the world. Most men are not crazy guys who are going to throw you in their trunk, but they don't know that. So women don't want to offend you. So they'll let you off nicely. Sometimes they will give you their number. Sometimes they will agree to go on a date with you and flake on you. Sometimes that shit happens, but you can't take it as I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like no one likes me. You have to say, well, she just didn't like me. So. Jayhawk says they approach me all the time, probably because you act like a man, probably because you walk with an air of confidence, probably because you walk with your chest high, your head up, you're not looking down, you're comfortable in your skin, you dress nice, you got money, you got cars, you know what I mean? You handle your shit. And women see that. They like that, man. They like that. You got an open posture. You don't sit there in the corner of a fucking party with your like this in the corner, acting awkward with your drink like this. You know, most guys sit like this and, hey, bro, you know, in the corner, just waiting for fucking some chick to come and talk to them, which is never going to happen unless she's like some real crazy masculine chick, which is rare, you know. You probably walk around with an air of confidence. You probably sit back in your chair, you know, like this, on a couch, you know, man spreading, you know, you're comfortable. You get your arm around the other chair, you know, you're just looking around the room, you know, like you sit, you have an air of confidence about you, dude. Dude, chicks love that shit, bro. You know. Kaitoshi says you hit it on the nail with on the head with the whole expecting sex from your wife thing. It took me a while to understand that, but you are entitled to absolutely nothing and you should be earning them cheeks. 100%, guys. If you're in a sexist relationship, start dating and courting your wife again. Maybe start working out because maybe you stink or you just, you know, maybe, you know, you're just not hot, but usually it's just dating and courting your wife. Dating and courting your wife and talking to her, opening her up. You know, you got to do those things. You got to talk to your woman. Reason number 1, she uses your nickname in front of your friends. Eric says, I stared down a woman at a club soon as I walked in the door and walked right up to her, and she never said a word and still got the kiss. Later said she couldn't understand what happened or how I did it. Well, dude, it's like festivals, like music festivals. I love going to a festival, meeting a person, dancing with them for a song, maybe making out for a song and just gone. I know people think that's reckless or whatever, but yeah, I'm a free fucking spirit, man. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like that's fun to me. But yeah, and another telltale sign is women will stare the fuck you. They will look at you like, you know, they look at you the side eye. They'll look at you and smile. Some chicks, that's more bold, right? Some chicks won't do that, but that's more bold. Like, we call those choosing signals, right? That happens a lot to a lot of men who maybe are a little more confident, who maybe look a little better, who walk around with a better body language, you know, that are not frumped over and looking like the weight of the world is crushing them, you know? Chrissy says, where's Bernie? What are your thoughts on clap those cheek Inu? That's hilarious. Jayhawk. Arwi says, compliments are the way to go. Even better is if you notice something about her that is no one else has noticed on the day. That really gets them. You got to make them feel special. That compliments are nice too in relationships. They're nice, but you don't want to do that a lot to women you don't know. It's kind of creepy. Like, oh my God, you look so good. Like, here's the thing you cannot do. If you're in the friend zone, it's probably already too late. Because when you meet a woman and because a lot of times, like, guys will meet a woman who maybe like shows signs like she's into them. Like maybe she'll compliment them. Maybe she'll talk to them a lot. Maybe she'll always be around you or look at you or throw it at you. And a lot of guys are like, first, they're probably like, one, they're confused and don't know what to do. And two, they're just like oblivious, right? They're just like, they don't know what's going on. And three, they're probably just like scared to make a move. If you're scared to make a move, dude, she's just going to fucking give up and think like either you don't like her or, you know, you don't have the balls to approach her. So if you're romantically interested in somebody and you're not sure and it's not awkward, like maybe she's not your direct coworker, you should probably just go for the date, you know? Say, hey, so-and-so, hey, I'd like to meet you out for a drink. When are you free to get together? Like, let's hang out sometime, you know? She could say yes or no. Maybe she'll say yes to get you away from her, but maybe she wants to date you. I don't know. You know, who knows? Shaman says, hey, she got to earn this dick too. Don't get us twisted, two-way street. Yeah, I get that, Shaman says, but Mother Nature picks. Natural selection, nature, Mother Nature, natural selection. Women pick. Women are the choosers. That's just the way it works. Not all the time, of course. If you're fucking Drake or like a high celebrity or like a really high status male with a ton of options, money and game and those sorts of things, well then yeah, of course. But most regular people, that's not the way it works. Women choose, right? Women do the choosing. That's just how it is. Guys do too, right? You don't have to be with any woman, but you know, usually that's the way it goes. What are some things you can do with your wife? What do you mean, Ben Rex? What do you mean? What do you mean by do with your wife? Like to make her like want you or what? Let me see. All right, DJ, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, we're running long today, but you guys are enjoying this. So, I mean, we still have about 100 people in here, so that's not bad. You know, free spirit, a shitload of COVID cases. You know, What do you mean, Ben Rex? I want to know what you mean, though. Expect marble domination from Cool Cat later on 2-Bit Show. Oh, I know 2-Bit does the little the marble thing. I need to get some of that. Let me see. Girls like comments that aren't superficial. Yeah. If you really mean the compliment from your heart, they can tell, right? Like, damn, you look smoking in that dress. God damn, you know? You know what I mean? Or that's what I go with. I have a funny sense of humor. So if my girl comes over and she's wearing some jeans, I make her ass look fat. Like, God damn, I have to fight a lot of motherfuckers off today. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Like, God damn, that fucking big old ass. You know what I mean? Like, God damn. Like, I can't wait to see how many guys look at your butt when we're walking by or something like that, right? You know, just love is playful and fun, right? It's not serious. Why are you wearing those jeans? It's too revealing. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, you fucking weirdo. Guys like that are so corny, dude. They're so corny. Why are you wearing that? Too revealing. It's like, damn, my girl's hot. Especially if you're going out with her, you know? You're going out with her on a date. She's looking smoking. It's like, damn, hell yeah, bro. I can't wait for guys to be staring at you all night. They can look, but they can't touch, baby. You know what I mean? Like date-wise. Oh, what can you do with your wife? Binrex, the same thing you did when she was your girlfriend. You do the same things that got you to the big dance. Like, hey, baby, I know our week's real busy, but this is what I want you to do. Friday, I got a babysitter for the kids. I'm going to get off of work. I'm going to take a shower real quick. But when I get home, I want you in your sexiest dress. I have this nice restaurant we're going to go to. I'm not going to tell you. It's a surprise. And I have some fun planned for us after that. She's like, oh my God, where are we going? Oh my God, you know? Oh my God, where are we going? You know, it's like, oh, what? This is not like you, you know? You got babysitter for the kids? The truth is, and people don't like to say this, is that our society makes it so women, they make it like women have to do half the things. And it's like, guys, it's not really 50-50, right? It shouldn't be 50-50 in my opinion. You're the man. You make the fucking plans. Women don't want to make the plans. No matter how feminist they are. I've dated some chicks with short hair that identified as a fucking leaf. I'm not even kidding. I dated a chick who identified as a leaf, gender fluid. She was hot, but she was kind of crazy. But when I made the plans and said, hey, just be ready by 7, dude, she's like, oh my God, thank God. No one does that anymore. They thank you for that. No guy makes plans. It's always, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? The only thing I ask women when I take them out on a date is, do you have any food allergies that I should know about? Because you don't want to take a chick with a shellfish allergy to a fucking sushi restaurant. You know what I mean? That's just not the move. Those are the things you should look out for. What do you want to do on a date? No, just say, hey, you know, if she agrees to the date, say, hey, okay, how about this? I'll meet you at 6 o'clock at so-and-so place for drinks. That sound good? Good. Great. I'll meet you there. That's it. Because so many guys are just like fucking wishy-washy. So, Binrex, same thing when you're in a marriage. Hey, baby, I saw this restaurant. I really want to go there. How about, when I show up, I just want you in your hottest dress. You know what I mean? I'm going to take a shower and we're going to go straight there after work. You know what I mean? And the whole time when you're on the date, ask her questions. 90-10, 80-20. You should be asking the questions and getting her to talk, open up. Because, chicks, they always got some shit going. That's how chicks get through their problems. Like, meh, meh, meh. Jenny said this and my boss said this. My boss really likes Jenny, but I don't know why Jenny likes my boss. And she just got here. I've been here for 10 years and Jenny's getting this treatment. It's because she has bigger tits than me. And you're like, what? Jenny did that with your boss? Oh, yeah, that guy's crazy. It's like, man, that's crazy, babe. Okay, so who's Jenny? You know what I mean? Just talk. She just wants to be heard and understood. Have a good dinner. Go shoot some pool. Boom, and then you keep the fucking babysitter all night, right? Or maybe you drop the kids at her house. Maybe you get a hotel, and then you go pipe the shit out of your wife. You know what I mean? And then there's it. You hang out, you have fun, and hook up. Shout out to Corey Wayne. That's it. The same thing you did to get her is the same thing you do to keep her. It's just that sometimes men, and I've dealt with this too, you fall out of love sometimes. Maybe you settled. Maybe you just don't really love her anymore. Maybe she let herself go and you don't feel the urge to do those things. But it's not that a lot of men don't feel the urge to do those things. It's just that they don't know they need to do them. They think they can come home after work, not ask their wife about their day, open up a 6-pack, eat some pizza, and watch some Netflix every single night and expect their wife to love them. That's just not the way it works, guys. I know we see that in a movie, but that's not the way it works. You know what I mean? Oh, God. John Smith, you're going to get blocked, bro. Do you get upset if she... Look, I will date a woman who has OnlyFans, but I will never... Look, I won't date a chick. It's just my preference. You could do what you want, but I'm not dating a chick who's selling nudes and having sex on OnlyFans or even doing porn or anything like that. That's just not me. I wouldn't date a woman. I wouldn't be monogamous with a woman like that. That's just not my taste. Not anything against it, just not my thing. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Binrex. I'm telling you, man. That's all you got to do, man. I'm telling you, just do that and watch your wife's face light up. Even if she's like a little, because sometimes women get resentful over time, man. They're pissed that they're not going out on fun dates anymore. Just do it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. It doesn't have to be extravagant dinner anytime. You could just go for a beach, get a towel and lay on the beach, chill on the beach or watch a sunset together. Just get out of the house, get away from the kids, get that teen spirit back, man, Yeah, I dated a chick who identified as a leaf. She had a big old booty, though. She was hot, bro. Yeah, I'm not dating a chick who has OnlyFans. Absolutely not. Or I am, but I'm not monogamous with a chick who has OnlyFans. Sorry. A Racket Club says, I love when I see guys staring at my shorty. They even give me a nod and thumbs up. Oh, dude. Yeah. Like when I tell guys like, dude, your wife is hot. Dude, congrats to you, my man. Like I have a friend that I met in Miami. He's like some crazy multimillionaire, but his wife is a smoke show. I was like, damn, he's like a hex investor. Like his wife is smoking. I'm like, dude, good for you, bro. That's a compliment to me. It's not disrespectful, Yeah, you guys stop buying meme coins and treat your wife, dude. 100%, right? I would smash one time. Yeah, 100%, right? But my relationship journey, 100%, right? It's 2022. If you want to pipe the shit out of your wife, you must ask her boyfriend's permission. Right? Cardano holders, Saitama holders. That's my wife. She's mad because I don't take her out or get her flowers. Now, here's the thing with flowers. A lot of guys buy flowers when they, one, get in trouble, or two, for a birthday. Flowers, from what I've learned, should be twice a year, randomly. Twice a year, randomly. Random. Not because it's a birthday. It should be a fucking random day in April, and you should get her flowers. Hey, babe, thinking about you. Twice a year tops. You don't want to overdo it. It's not special. But she's mad because you don't take her out. You got to take her out. You're the man. I can't get mad at men, though, because society, bro, it makes it so like, they force you not to do those things. Like, oh, it should be 50-50, which you think that, oh, if my wife wanted to be taken out, maybe she would say something. It's like, no, dude, you have to just lead. You have to just do those things, and handle the plan. Like, women don't want to handle that shit. They don't want to handle that shit. All they want to do is show up and look hot. You're the man, handle it. Yeah, you guys are married. You share funds. Obviously, if you're budgeting, don't go crazy and stupid because she's going to know because you're together, right? But do something fun. Jayhawk says, bro, why the fuck do we get some same old fucking cheeks? Oh, you mean getting married? I mean, that's the thing about being married is that, like, if you're getting married, and if you're exclusive, right? You're monogamous, you're only piping the same person. You know what I mean? Yeah, society's a little crazy right now, Roddy, I saw the exotics you had in the what you talking about, Racket Club? I put little Easter eggs on my Twitter, on my Instagram, but I don't want to be too burnt, right? STDs will be at 100% if there was no marriage. Well, just don't be a fool. Wrap your tool, right? Stop running in that shit raw, fucking weirdos. I get it. I know. I understand, right? I know. I'm a man. I know. I get it. It sucks, but What's up, Bernie? How you doing? Quality cheeks versus quantity cheeks. That's 100%. That's facts, bro. It's facts. Spencer, I hate condoms. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I know we're having a good conversation, guys, but it's been 2.5 hours, and I gotta clean up my apartment. It's dirty in a bit. I appreciate you guys. Maybe I gotta start the other channel again, right? Maybe I just gotta start the other channel again, huh? Maybe I just got to, right? All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate you. It's been a fantastic conversation, guys. I gotta get out of here, but maybe I'll start it up again because you guys like that kind of stuff. Let me answer this last one. Racket Club, Edgar says, me and my girl have a beach pass to drive on the beach, and in the summer, it's our thing, our happy place, or peace. She loves it when I take her to the beach dates and her favorite. Exactly. That's it. Be romantic. All right, y'all. Have a good one, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you. I think I'm gonna have to bring it back. Peace.